Indeed, Daniel versus ACCM.
All of the
maps will be played in here. Yeah, the game is not up there yet, but as in the case of all qualifiers right now in the best of sevens, basically all maps will be played. Slopes Bay Gold Rush for Danny Boy and Cross Islands and Hideout for ACCM. ACCM loved Hideout in Hidden Cup 3, I remember, and he played Kumans there every time. No Kumans for him this time, though.
Okay, I think we have the games there, so let's get them, and we can go and start to cast.
Yeah, indeed, I will have to download these as well. It seems like it's actually an entire package, so that means that we don't have to download.
That means Robo want to go.
yeah, Robo is like...
I mean, he want to go. Okay, so what we are going to do is you start with me there if you don't mind in maybe 10 seconds, and we go, right?
Yeah, we'll probably synchronize that way.
Like in King of the Desert, I think, and that's it. Well, the first game is Lithuanians and Franks. When you are there, you tell me, and then I will also do all my things with the betties and everything here. But this is ACCM and Daniel. When you are ready, just let me know. I'm just waiting you now.
Okay, cool. I will be at 10 seconds right now, so you can actually do a countdown in this one.
I'm just loading, but I want to be really careful because I need to first wait a little and change the casting thing, because
exactly, the casting scoreboard.
The capture age, you need to put also the scoreboard and everything. I don't want to change in the in-game, because for people on YouTube, if you check this video, then they see the previous scoreboard.
Yeah, exactly.
There. +7, I will go up to...
Oh, yeah, best of 7, indeed.
Yeah, I will stop in 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm at 10 seconds as well.
Countdown. I'm stop it now. I'm going to start to record to YouTube. And hello, ladies and gentlemen. We continue with Lidakor. And in 1, 2, 3, let's go, Mr. Lidakor. We are going to see ACCM and Daniel. This is the last series of the day, but not of this round. And after what we would just have watched it, now what we can expect, because ACCM, I would say that is favorite, but after what we saw it, who is favorite here anymore? Like short, long series, what do you think, Lidakor?
I think ACCM is actually a favorite. I think ACCM might have started as seed number 1 in here. But Daniel could be a surprise candidate, so we could technically see an upset. I think early games should favor ACCM, but long games could be pretty problematic for him if Daniel's able to play long. My main reason of saying that is because, like, ACCM is supposed to be just a better early game player mechanically as well. ACCM also plays a lot against players like Hoang, Lixor, so, and that helps defending these very aggressive early plays. Whereas Daniel plays a lot in team games, and that actually improves your overall macro in late game. So those long, dragging 4v4 team games can help you a lot when it comes to like post-Imperial scenarios.
Daniel is kinda an unconventional player, let's say. I don't think that he's the smoother player with the gameplay, with the build orders. He's going more for the craziest game. And not only, I think, if he make the games crazy, it's benefit him, honestly. So I hope that he's not going to play meta against ACCM, because I really think that ACCM, if you put him in early pressure, he has a lot more problems.
Possible. We have a Lithuanians versus Franks matchup over here. I actually like Lithuanians here a little bit better. They're, to me, a little bit versatile, a little bit more versatile, though, than Franks are. But Franks is just a real powerhouse of Arabia, so 3 on wood, as no one is surprised about that. Whereas other side is gonna be...
Well, but still, seriously, if the Lithuanians get the relics here, what Franks can do against Lithuanians?
Nothing. So...
Yeah, I mean, for that reason, he need to try to play safe. Maybe Daniel, get the initiative, get the relics, and you don't need to get 4 relics. I mean, I'm talking like getting 2-3 relics, since the skirmishes are great for Lithuanians, also the halves, and then you will get better paladins. Yeah, you get the chivalry, and well, paladins are more HP for Franks, but Lithuanians will be very, very solid. I really like this matchup because decisions gonna matters a lot. Since both got cavalry safe, the decisions are crucial, and we see how Daniel is going with 4 village on wood, while ACCM 3. That means militias coming from Lithuanians.
Yeah, could be a rush into scouts, could be rush archers as well. And as I said, I think Lithuanians are a little bit more versatile, so they can actually play archers as well if they want. And then sort of force ACCM to go for skirmishers, and then we could have the knights as a response from Daniel. Speaking of Daniel, his base isn't something I love. The right side is very open, the gold is on the front. Whereas for ACCM, beautiful gold at the back, relatively easy walls. So ACCM seems to have a much better base here.
Well, the right side where the 2Ds and the secondary goal is wide open. He need to wall something, because if not, he's going to have a problem. Obviously, if he's doing that goal at the back is very nice. He has 3 villages on wood. He did some sort of walls in front of the Berbers, but right now he took some damage under the TC, because that scout was going to eat Daniel, and now Daniel is not going for militias. He's going to go up already after this village, and the barrack quite far from the TC. Going to make some huge walls, I think, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, it seems like that wasn't the original plan, but now he changes his mind and tries to protect that gold mine with it. What is this trying to be? This kind of feels like a scout's build to me. Although, in that case, I'm not sure why he went 4 on wood. That feels weird to me now, heading out for the hunt as well. So, yeah, there's the vultures on gold. I was feeling men-at-arms more like for this one. Like, 4 on wood. It kind of felt like he's trying to use Lithuanians' early food for a nice and little fast feudal men-at-arms play.
But these walls are too much for me. Like the walls he's trying to do now, ACCM, when he's... Oh, he almost blocked that scout. Okay, look at Daniel. He's gonna go militias, he's gonna go men-at-arms. Men-at-arms are solid. And, well, if he send men-at-arms and 1 spear, he's gonna put a problem on ACCM base for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Men-at-arms are surprisingly good against scouts, and I think one of the things that helps for Daniel here is that he's so close to the opponent. Oftentimes the players are much further away, but once again, these 2 players are so close in this map generation.
Yeah, and he really knows here that he's there. He has explored already. The militias are coming. He needs to go. Man, this capture rate is killing me today, Lidakor. I mean, he's going really in frames. I don't know what's going on, and I have to restart all the time. Maybe I zoom out too much and need to zoom in more, because maybe zoom out is need more resources. I don't know if it's happened to you, but
it's inconsistent. So oftentimes a restart helps, but sometimes you don't need to. There is also memory leak issues, so sometimes it starts eating 20 gigabytes of RAM.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it happened to me yesterday. Yeah. I finished casting, 4 hours later, Capture H starts eating all that RAM, and I'm like, I haven't been using Capture H for 4 hours.
Yeah, I restart the Capture H after every game, so yeah, but still the process is there in the task manager. Anyway, shouldn't be any problem. Men-at-arms are already there. Let's focus, because with the zoom in a little bit, it seems that it's going better. So men-at-arms are around. The scout, remember, scouts from Franks, more HP. But now blue, it's walling absolutely everything. Will take a while, because now those buildings are slower, and now he's doing archery range. But the scouts are going right away to his base, but he got the spears, and those spears are Usain Bolt, man. Look how fast they are. Seriously, man. They are faster than the Kelts militias. You know that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think the man-at-arms opening is actually very good against the scouts play, especially against Franks, because you know he's going to play scouts. And it kind of buys you time to wall yourself up, although it looks like Daniel's going to have to pull that spearman up to help out against the scouts, but as you said, this is buying time for Daniel to wall his base, and he's gonna be able to get all those walls working for him.
Yeah, but he needs to do some damage. Why? Because if you check the village distribution, you can see how more than double on foot for ACCM. That means a great economy going. Why he's not even trying to go in? Why he just keep attacking only the stable? is something that I don't understand. And now Daniel is still gonna be open on the right side. If the scouts are going around, one spear is probably not gonna be enough. That why he's sending another villager, and he's still open. For me, this is sloppy. Very sloppy play by Daniel.
Yeah, this is. I don't think that he's expecting that one to be open. I think he thinks that ACCM already finished those walls, but in reality, ACCM's base was wide open. He could have gone in and do a lot more damage. And welcome to the base of Daniel, Mr. Scout.
Yeah, the scout with 3 scouts, 2 villages. He's probably gonna lose only one of those, but it still is very, very sloppy play by Daniel. Because what is he doing with those? Is maybe taking the stable? No, he's repairing, and then the economy much better in my opinion for Frank's build order, and not doing any damage. Why he's not going around with those men-at-arms? Only attacking the stable for me make no sense at all.
Yeah, I think he kind of is waiting for his pocket to come and help out with scouts, but he forgot that he's not playing a team game.
I don't know, man.
He could take down the stable though. Or not, there is skirms.
Now yes, because it's but there's skirmishes as well, and didn't take any villager. The skirmishes are there, so now look what he did. I mean, okay, he uses some wood, but ACCM is 1 villager ahead. He has 17 on foot. Now he's with the scouts inside. He's gonna take another villager. No, there's a lot of spears now, but he could have wall already. It's very slow.
Daniel is actually taking surprisingly low amount of damage considering that those scouts were around for so long. It's actually a miracle he only lost 1 villager.
Well, because those spears they're very fast, to be honest. I mean, look at the speed they have. I mean, you can notice when you see the scouts coming and look at the spears coming. He's gonna take that the scout. He's not gonna lose more. He shouldn't lose maybe one villager. In the last second. Okay, he lost 1 more. And 2 villages behind, okay. And no horse collar for Daniel. That's also something. But now he's inside. But he's inside now that he got 4 skirmishes. Imagine if he was inside long time ago with those men-at-arms and a spear. He could do massive damage, in my opinion. But has been very slow. And look at the score difference. It's big difference for a reason. And I think this is a really important lead for ACCM, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially because Frank's getting the horse color for free, whereas Daniel is playing.
God, the TC. Beating the TC.
That's so bad. But I think it's actually bigger for Daniel that he's all on those farms without horse color, and that's basically the gamble that you take when you're playing an archer build. That you're most likely going to have to delay your horse color. Whereas your opponent is going to have a crazy food eco. Surprising, the resources are still pretty close for the 2 players.
Yeah, well, that's because he's not doing food units. He's going all the archers, but now he's doing 2nd archer range and no blacksmith, which is make no sense to me. And now coming with the skirmish, he's taking the spear, and with the army he has, he won't be able to do anything. This is looking very, very bad for Daniel, and probably it's gonna be a fast game because the transition to castle from ACCM is about to happen. Then he will have skirmishes, and I wouldn't be surprised that ACCM is going even forward with the village.
Yeah, I think he has to. Here in this case, you probably add a 2nd stable, go for knights, forward siege workshop, and maybe even rams. Although you probably should go mangonels because you could just mango down villagers from outside of the walls and kill them on the gold, right? There is the forward villager, I believe. Indeed. That's gonna be a stable first, but I'm fairly certain he's gonna come forward.
I'm not sure anymore. He's doing the gold mining upgrade. He still have a lot of farms, as you can see. How many villages on gold? That's 7 villages on gold. One lumber come at the back with 6 villages. The other one, pretty balanced economy. I love when the players are doing the gate just behind the palisade because he don't want to take any risk that he's getting through. And, according to the situation, really nice transition for Daniel to Castlage, honestly. He's up to, and, 10 archers.
Honestly?
But, yes, no wheelbarrow. So, that's the only problem.
Yeah, honestly, I think ACCM is gonna need more knights, though. Yeah, he's gonna be double stables with defense upgrades. Because Daniel is silently massing a lot of archers, and those could be scary if they're upgraded to crossbows.
Yeah, but he has the skirmishes as well. He has 7 skirmishes as well. It should be fine. He's 12 archers, 7 skirmishes. I don't know if he's gonna make elite skirmishes. I think he should. To make elite skirmishes and then pumping knights with elite skirmishes should be domination.
Yeah, there's a Fort Watcher coming in, and I think you just make that siege workshop very close to that gold mine, because you want to pressure that, that's all about it. As I said, ACCM plays a lot with these super aggressive players like Hoang, Lix, whatsoever, so he really knows when he's able to exploit a certain forward resource.
Oh my god, Daniel in the south. He just give another village for free. I don't know why he opened the palisade there. I have no idea, but he lost another village down. He's already 3 villages behind. He's doing the siege workshop. Now the skirmishes are going back. He's trying to go with the crossbows and Bodkin. He kind of see, yeah, he see that the knights are coming, and well, it's a problem, man. It's a problem here. Those crows can be a problem, like you point out. This is a town center with only 1 village, so he can break there. And those knights are gonna be +2, but those crows, look, he forced him to make a market, and now the yeah, but look at the knights +2 and the skirmishes. He's gonna clean everything, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so as well. So
yeah, he's cleaning all. He's cleaning everything. And then forward, siege war sub, monastery. He's not going for the still. I mean, you really go, Lithuanians, to play this amazing civilization like this? I don't see this.
I'm not sure what I understand there's an overchop on the wood line, by the way, that could actually backfire very, very soon. But I feel like the entire concept of picking Lithuanians here was a surprise man-at-arms play. Or surprise, so to say. And there's going to be a ram coming from ACCM. And there is no siege workshop from Daniel, which means that the ram is going to be able to kill that rage very, very fast.
Yeah, and then the knights, and then the mangonel. I mean, this is domination. I mean, well, there are crossbows, quite a lot of crossbows. He need to go back. Maybe with the crossbows now he can take the ram. He's doing all the siege wars up. Well, let's wait. I mean, this is a lot of crossbows. But now the mangonel is coming. I don't know if he should go back a little bit. Village is down. Now the crossbows need to go back. And with that village, repair the ram, and he can take all the villages. This is just so difficult now for Daniel to
Yeah,
really keep in the game. It's impossible.
Yeah, it seems like, even if it's not GG right now, it kind of feels like Daniel is just slowly dying here.
Well, you check the village, and he's only 3 villages ahead for his ACCM, but he's losing 1 archery range. Now he put the village even in the ram. Now he's coming with the mangonel. He got the knights. Those knights are +2. He has monks behind that he can heal them. And now with the mangonel, he can take the crossbows. And then what? Oh, he's going to convert 1 knight. Let's see. Oh, he converted 1 knight. That can be nice. He converted, and well, let's see if he's able to stabilize. The population is very close, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Both players are on 2 TCs, but I feel like...
Oh, the man got a shot!
And, oh yeah, I just see the dead bodies, and Daniel immediately goes for a GG. Oh, man. Well...
very sad first game. I mean, the same that we say, great series, great games, the previous one. The first game, disappointed, for me, at least.
Yeah, this one was not so super competitive, let's say. Like, there wasn't a single moment where it seemed like Daniel's going to be able to win, to be honest.
Yeah, people said in my chat, rage quit. Rage quit. I mean, he has no access to gold. What you can do? With the mangonel there, with the ram, he will have only the siege workshop. There's 0. Well, he has gold on the left, now that I notice. And if you check the population, but the problem here is that they see 1,000 score difference, and they just call it. Of course, the advantage was there, but then now you check the population and think, well, it's 3 villages behind and 3 army only.
Yeah, but I think we also have to consider the type of that army. So it's like 8 crossbows, 1 knight, 1 spearman, versus 10 knights with +1/+2, mangonels. He's gonna lose the range, so I feel like it's about the army quality and that fact that those knights can just run past the TC and kill the eco. This game really was over.
Yeah, army value was brutal, you know. I mean, it's not about the quantity sometimes, it's about the quality. So, well, and that was happening this one. ACCM with the most food by far, a little bit more wood, gold almost the same, but then, well, he got map control and was getting completely. We're going to game number 2.
So, Lithuanians gone for Danny Boy and
Let me remove as well from the overlay.
Franks. It was Franks for ACCM, right?
Yeah.
And that means we're going to Gold Rush to...
Look at the matchup.
Oh,
Berbers, right?
yeah, that's fun. I'm trying to do, everything spoiler-free, but that's actually a memorable matchup, let's say.
Yeah, well, spoiler-free is complicated when you have to talk about what you have seen into the series. But we have Gold Rush Berbers versus Tatars. Again, I'm loading the game, and we can just wait in 3 seconds if you want, and then we make the countdown.
I'm at 10 seconds right now, so
okay. I'm going to the 10 seconds, no problem. Let's see if I can go there. Wait a moment. I'm not showing anything in my stream either. So use 10 seconds. Stop there, and then let me prepare everything, and I make the countdown. The game number 2 is starting. There you go. Game number 2 is starting. ACCM Daniel. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. And Lidakor, we have Tatars and Berbers that I have the feeling that we're going to see these civilizations a lot in this map. A lot. We are watching, and hopefully we're going to see as fun game as before. And Red with ACCM Berbers and Daniel with Tatars. Well, we have seen that Berbers can dominate, but now Daniel has Tatars. Execution is going to be crucial here.
Yeah, I think this is a very, very time-dependent matchup. It depends on how many cav archers you can get in Castle Age, what you can do with those, how long it takes for your opponent to get to Camel Archers. I think like mid-Castle to early Imperial, where you will have to secure the gold in the middle, I think Berbers could have the upper hand, but it depends on if the Berber player is able to go for Camel Archers, and that is going to be tough for ACCM, who's got double front stones. Everything else seems alright with his base, but those stones aren't great.
People was asking me in the break, what do you think about Janitors as a choice against the Tatars?
Not that bad. I think Janitors have one less range than Cav Archers, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
So micro could be an issue.
I only think that the way to go against Tatars is 1TC push.
Yeah.
Like with Siege, Yeah,
Siege? Exactly. Scorpion Knight. I don't think that you have to go for Camels, because Camels die too easily to Cav Archers. They deal bonus damage against them, sure. But it's better to just go for like Knight Meat Shield and then Rams, Scorpions, and just go and literally ram down the opponent's base.
Get the initiative, like get the position aggressive that your opponent can't really mass. Because if you let the Tatars comfortable going for that mass, well, it's so difficult. They get really crucial upgrades for free. Because Thambrin is a very expensive and effective, a great upgrade, and it's for free. So if you let the Tatars go in Castle is in a position to dominate, it's so complicated.
Yeah, exactly. ACCM lames away one goat from his opponent here, which hurts more for Tatars, because Tatars have longer lasting sheep, so losing every sheep hurts quite badly. As Daniel's base actually looks like it's a really good base, actually. Look at that. Stone could be great, both golds are good. This is a very, very good map for Daniel. As bad as the previous one was for him, this is really good. We lost Memb. Did we lose Memb? We may have lost Memb here. I guess he's gonna be back soon. Right. It seems like we have lost Memb, so we'll keep going. We'll see what's up with him. I guess he will say something when he's back. So, I guess we're turning into solo casting mode here for the final set of the day. As I said, one goat gets lamed away. It hurts a little bit for Daniel, but not something that he can't survive. Only 3 on berries. Seems like we're going to see something like a scouts build here. So this is gonna be 21 pop scouts if that's the case, or could be men-at-arms as well. It could very well be men-at-arms. For Daniel, oh, that's a disaster for Danny boy. That's a disaster for Danny boy. The scout goes down so easily. And without that, he's gonna have 0 information, and it looks like ACCM might just be going for what is going to be... what is this? This is too late for a scouts build, so I kind of feel like this is a naked FC. He's also no loom. That's actually ambitious because he's not really walled up, so he only just now made up his mind on this. So... with that, Memb thinks I am F? No, I'm not actually F. I can't hear anything from him, so I'll probably call him back then. Alright. Let's see if he can actually recover the call. Hello. Apparently Discord is having some issues. Because Memb is in the call, it's a matter of not hearing each other. Feels bad, man. Militia's coming in here for Danny boy. He's playing for the men-at-arms. So, as I said, men-at-arms play versus what is a 25 plus 2 loom naked fast castle. That's actually a late fast castle here, but I like this build overall. So, we'll see. And it seems like it is still Discord issues. Let me set the call. Oh, we are back. We're back.
Yeah, it's Discord sometimes going
yeah.
cuckoo. I was here time, but yeah, I saw that it didn't appear the signal. Well, I don't know. I mean, nobody missed anything because you were in your stream. I have also my second monitor, and everything is fine for everyone. I like the decision for ACCM. What I'm not sure if is I like the decision for Daniel. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that this map is vulnerable and defendable enough that you can hold off a man-at-arms opening. It seems like Daniel is so hyped about men-at-arms. First game, fast man-at-arms. Second game, fast man-at-arms as well. But the thing is that getting through these walls is hard, and ACCM is actually going for a range. So this is a naked FC into what could be crossbows from him. Bit of a surprise over here. So no cavalry. He wants to play... He might actually play janitors.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it was his initial plan, sorry, but since he see that he's coming, I like the option for the archery range because he can just put a couple of skirmishers behind the walls to avoid that he's getting in. He's going heavily aggressive, and the skirmishes won't deny or delay too much for going for castlage.
Yeah, exactly. Although fletching will, but yeah. I mean, it's still alright. But you don't really want to spend a lot of time in field age, so I don't think that he necessarily needed fletching. Though, I think it's better to be safe than sorry, because his met-arms are getting through the walls very, very easily.
Yeah, that's it. I think he's fine what he's doing. Also, he's still getting with 4 villages the hunt from those deers. And now with fletching, he can't go through anymore, you know? And his economy, look, his resources. He is still gonna be in a much better time than Daniel to Castle Age, I believe. Yeah, the skirmishes are now perfect there, and yeah, just look his economy. I think he's playing really, really smooth ACCM this game, honestly. It's a good decision. Maybe the market even can do it, but it won't need it. He's almost 600 food and is still with 4 villages on berries, so this will be okay.
Mac Costland, what are you doing, man? Thank you so much. 25 gifted subs. I appreciate a lot. Congrats to everyone who received one. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, we keep going.
I'm here. I'm here.
Mute yourself. Yeah, I mean, and I think the same happened the previous one. Then, yeah, you muted yourself. Anyway, if you don't want to talk with me, just let me know, man. I'm really, I mean, I'm 25 years old, but I'm mature enough, you know, to hold this kind of pressure. Okay,
no
problem,
worries,
man. No problem. I mean, a lot of women during my. In my life has told me no. So if you tell me no, I will deal with this. No problem, man. Let's keep going, okay?
I survived 8 hours with you. I will survive the rest of the day as well. So
yeah, I not only think that it's nice to be casting together because this is too many cities. It's too many games. 3 best of 7. I don't think is really healthy for anyone.
Yeah, that's indeed the case. Now there is a stable coming in. Did we lose Memb again? I think we just lost Memb again. Memb says he's here. In that case, I just can't hear him. Okay.
Compliment, man, to all the people who lost me. I think there is some problems with the Discord.
Yeah, there is.
The server is Singapore. Say there.
Yeah. It is Singapore because like originally it was American server, but we didn't hear each other. So I attempted the European server. It worked. Then you disappeared again, so now I guess we are using Singaporean servers. It might be like a temporary Discord server outage.
Yeah. Anyway, we keep going. I was just telling, I don't know if they listen that thank you everyone that joined you and me, because it's very long, really long series, really long marathon, that this is not healthy for anyone, but hopefully people enjoy. And, well, the Knights and the Skirmishes are coming. He has 1 minute till he reach up to Feudal Age. And, well, is what it is, man. Let's keep going, Mr. Lidacor. I have to mute now myself for 30 seconds.
Oh, man. Okay. In the meanwhile, I'm actually restarting my capture age because it's also slowly dying on me. So Memb is also once again gone for a moment. But all right. You're back. You're back. It's fine.
Oof, but this is so many units. I mean, and going crossbows, Daniel with Tatars was going to make the siege workshop, but he's doing the siege. You see, ACCM is doing what we were talking in the start. He's going full aggressive with Berbers and siege workshop as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way that he should be playing this one. He's missing the defense upgrades on those knights. Even Bloodlines is missing, so those knights aren't really super well upgraded.
He has +1, but well, a Mongol can change everything. A Mongol with a couple of Scorpions, these are crossbows. They are not cap archers or no mobility, and also no ballistic. It's true that they have Thumbrin, but Thumbrin is against the knights with the mobility is not that effective, you know. So let's see what is he going to do with the siege.
Yeah, I think he should be going for mangonels. I don't necessarily see the obsession with the Scorpions. I mean, I understand that players are able to split away from mangonel shots nowadays, but when you have knight and mangonel, they shouldn't really be able to split away, and it looks like everybody is just going to counterattack the opponent's base.
Yeah, but they're both wall. But honestly, I think now blue can do more damage. Why? Because it's gonna be much easier for him to break in there. The problem is that the Scorpions are coming, but there's 2 camels. I like Daniel's composition now. And he's going all in with those crossbows, the camels. He's not gonna be able to wall. The Scorpions are not gonna be enough. I don't know what you think. He's not walling. What is he doing? Why he don't make a house? He panicked, man. now ACCM is full panic mode activated. In
And-
my opinion, he's going all in, and this can be a massacre.
Yeah, this can be a massacre. It's already a lot of idle time. And remember that right now, all that Daniel needs is time. Because what he's waiting for is Cav Archers. So, really, as you said, the biggest problem with getting the Cav Archer numbers for Tatars is that it takes so much time.
This can snowball a little, because now there's 3 Scorpions. Look at the Knights, and with the Scorpions, those Camels are not going to be able to do too much, because there's many Knights and 3 Scorpions. He's going to dominate. He's going to kill another Villager, by the way. He's going to find it outside. He can break the palisade fast. I will try to break the palisade. You want to escape from that area, but he's doing some good micro. Lidakor, so he's trying to kill the Scorpions, and let's see the Camels now.
Yeah, I think you actually focus down the Scorpions with your Camels here. Especially now that there's a Repair Voyager. I think you kind of have to dive in with your Camels. A lot of those Knights are weak, by the way. So, Daniel
He's doing an amazing job, Daniel.
Yeah,
right?
he's actually doing a very, very good job here. And there is Cav Archers coming on the other side as well, something that we shouldn't underestimate. So he's distracting his opponent here a lot too. Oh! Those final Scorpion shots.
Now took everything. Oh my God, really? And now the Cav. He was doing great till that moment, right? Ha! Oh my, really? That was crazy. Really, really crazy.
But
well,
look at this. Daniel 3 TCs. His opponent is also on 2, but this actually sets back ACCM's push quite heavily, and this buys time for Daniel. That's exactly what he needs. Only double range Cav Archers. I think he needs a little bit more, but the important husbandry is on the way.
Husbandry is there. He's now going with Camels on Knights. He's doing the Monastery as well. He has a good farming bonus. ACCM with 24, but 21 for Daniel. And like you say, Daniel is with 3 TCs, with more release than his opponent. And if you start to push now and spam Cav Archers, what army ACCM has? Chain-Barded Armor? Okay, but don't go Camels. You need Knights and more Siege, in my opinion.
I feel like the problem for ACCM is that his Siege Workshop is actually on the front, whereas his stables are at the back. So ACCM can just group up his army right now because he opened the walls and the Cav Archers will run in.
Yeah, but he's okay. I am in 27:35. Hopefully you are in almost the same time.
Yeah.
Now he's taking the Camel there. Scorpion, he's fine because he's very close to the TC. But he's still only 2 tone centers. Only 2 tone centers, while the Boom is getting ahead and ahead for Daniel.
Yeah, and Daniel's also mixing in his own Camels, and he doesn't need to have amazing Camels here. He just needs a meat shield, and the Cav Archer numbers are rising and rising. And remember, ACCM stone mines aren't good. Both could be denied by the Cav Archers, and that's what Daniel has to play for.
Yeah, well, he just finished now the husbandry. It was needed because, like you say, with those mid-shield Camels and the Cav Archers, it was going to kill a lot. He doesn't have ballistic, so for that reason, he probably is going to escape with those Knights. But man, yeah, it's starting to remind, the previous series, and in this situation, it's complicated for Berbers, I believe. Even if the scores say that ACCM is ahead, I don't think he's ahead anymore.
I don't think so either.
Definitely
Like,
not.
3 TCs already for Daniel, 8 Voyagers, nice and comfy lead, and the unit composition, and as you said, the snowball with the Tar Cav Archers, especially with the stones that ACCM has. Like, you won't stop the Cav Archers over here if you don't have Camel Archers. Like, maybe Janitors, but that would already feel awkward, so... Without stone, you're not gonna get that.
Go.
Like, without stone, you're not gonna get Camel Archers, and the thing is that Daniel sees both of those stones, I believe, so he knows exactly that. He just needs to deny that to prevent the Camel Archer.
Ballistic, I mean, yeah, he's even mining stone as well on himself with 9 villages on stone. It's looking solid. His 8 villages more. I mean, if he's not taking a terrible battles, a throw battles, he should be in a good position. Yeah. 21 army, 27. It's true that look how ACCM is doing more and more Knights. He's massing more and more Knights. That's good. Doing heavy plow. He doesn't have Bozo. No Bozo either for ACCM. He got the Siege Workshop in the middle of the map, but I don't know, man. I mean, one bad battle for one of the other player can be really deadly here. And now we see how Berbers is doing all the upgrades. +1 also attack, doing all the upgrades. Those camels are not gonna be a node now because they have +2 and also scorpions, also coming with a monk. But let's see, man, there's so many cavalry behind those camels.
Yeah, exactly. You have to keep this army together, and there should be enough to deal with the knights. I think Daniel's very, very heavy on stone, and for a moment I thought that he will attempt the forward castle, because ACCM is now heavy on stone. And I think that if you are this heavy on stone with Daniel, you probably want to attempt the forward castle to kind of...
But the forward castle, Lidakor, can be a win or a loss in the game. You lose the forward castle and you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, if he's denied, so when you are in this consistent situation, I think it's better to keep safe. Better safe than sorry, right? But now, even 4-tone center for ACCM. This is going heavy army for both players. For sure, and look at the amount of units they have. 5 scorpions, so many knights. Man, that's gonna be a huge battle right now.
Yeah, and Daniel could actually snipe all of those scorpions with a couple of camels if he wanted to. And he's also firing down hills with the cav archers.
Daniel is taking a terrible fight. He loses all the camels.
Oh, the knights.
The knights are there. It's still two monks, but those knights are now very strong. It's +2, you know, so he's still doing good amount of farming. I like what ACCM is doing here. He's forcing Daniel to be in a defensive position, and this is exactly what he didn't want to happen. Now there's 5 scorpions. He's coming with the knights. He's gonna try to deny that castle, and if he's gonna take so many villages, and village numbers is almost the same. Ooh, that man got a shot, but didn't take it. I don't know. It's so risky for both players right now, really.
Yeah, it is, but Daniel's gonna jump into the TC here, and he could very well snipe all of those traps and monks over there. I think that's the plan. The knights could definitely try sniping the scorpions. I think that castle will eventually go up.
Yeah, but look how many villages is forcing him to have idle, you know? Like all that TC. And then is he might need a goal at home? No. This is the only goal income from him, or I'm wrong?
No, he's got 19 on stone.
Okay, yeah. He has goal also on at the back. I just missed it. But there's so many knights. Oh, but I love what ACCM is doing. He keeps spamming, and now he's gonna put a castle to defend that town center. It's difficult, man, but he's trying to keep all those cav archers out of his base, and for now he's getting. But now, ooh, that castle is 146 HP. Look, if he attack that castle and he do not notice, 140 HP. That castle.
Yeah, I think this is a good move from Daniel, because this forces ACCM to fall back, and this is going to buy the time that Daniel needs to get that castle up, and Keshiks could also be mixed in here, and the Scorpions. The Scorpions could all get killed here by the Knights.
Yeah, he's gonna kill. Well, there's a monk. He converted his hits in the Knights. He's 5 stables now. 5 stables, only 2 archery ranges. Imagine with the amount of wood Daniel has, how many archery ranges he could have, and how many cav archers he could have right now.
A lot.
He's having 31, but he could have 50, you know, like huge. So this is only talk how good are the cav archers at this point and with this civilization.
Yeah, he needs a lot more production. He wants to imp though, and remember that he just needs to weather this storm right now, and that defensive cast is going to help a lot. And he could go for heavy camel if he's Imperial, as he even snipes another Scorpion. And now, how is ACCM going to push? Like, Daniel's base is actually very well defendable. He could heal the cav archers inside the castle. In fact, he should, because a lot of those CA are very weak.
Look at that castle, look at that castle. If he was doing a Mongol, which is not happening, he could take a lot of villages. I don't know if that castle is needed. I don't think that castle is needed there. Definitely not. He's now going back. And you were talking how he's gonna push. I think he's just gonna go up to Imperial. A bad battle here can't cost the game to both players. Seriously, to both players. He's gonna be with an advantage because he's gonna be Imperial faster, but ACCM with 131 villages as well is on the way to Imperial, and honestly, this is solid transition to him for ACCM because he has been doing so many knights. Even if they are cheaper, it's food. While Daniel was doing cav archers mostly. And look at that castle, but now no army, there's one knight. He needs something to defend that castle, but that castle, Lidakor, is in a huge hill. If he's doing, it's a problem for Daniel.
Yeah. Daniel's also picking up a lot of those knights over there, and it looks like ACCM has... Keshik! Oh,
Keshik denying the castle, man. Keshik, many Keshik now going back. He's doing, and this is probably the move of the game.
Yeah, like, Keshik rates could be very annoying because they're so cheap, they are very, very tanky, and yeah, heavy camos could help solve that issue, but it's going to take some time until ACCM is going to be able to take it. And now, the Cav Archers will take the hill, and that's going to be 2 castles versus 1. And I think Daniel's gonna deny that castle. There's no way that goes up anytime soon. And that's a 1-minute imp advantage as well, so you can start getting traps out.
It's a big advantage. It's a really big advantage, and the scores say that it's a super, super big advantage. That castle was so important. He didn't have army to hold that position. And man, another series that it's starting like weird, and then we see that, okay, this is much ahead, but now Daniel, I mean, why Daniel didn't play this perform in the first game? Because now he's playing very solid. I know it's different map, different civilization, but you know, the consistency is crucial. And this is what it makes the players win tournaments or go really, really ahead. The consistency. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think so as well. It looks like we're gonna have a full camel, and this is tricky for ACCM. He can't just go camel archers because he has 1 castle. And he's going to be up against Keshik Cav Archer, and Keshik Cav Archer, I think, is the ideal composition here for Daniel. A meat shield with the Cav Archers. In fact, he's prioritizing plate barding over here, and the trap's already being set up. Yes, Daniel wants another castle on the hill in the middle, I think.
But he don't want to lose those traps. I think he's gonna lose those traps, which is, of course, there's a lot of farming. That's crazy amount of farming. He should delete that castle. I really like that. I mean, losing 2-3 camels for 1 trap is worthy at this point. But delete that castle. You will recover a lot of stone. It's only 60%. Why he's not deleting the castle? Seriously.
He might even lose it.
The stone.
He might even lose it.
No, he deleted. No, he deleted in the last second. What the hell? He deleted. Now he's repairing. Those camels are going to be +4. But that he has a node camels, and is the camels a node? I don't think so, Lidakor.
Yeah, but it's only 24 Cav Archers. Camels will try to take the hill here, but that's a lot of Keshik. That's a really huge amount of Keshik out there.
Let's see the battle, but this is all full camel. The camels got bonus, and those cases are gonna be a node, I don't know. The military numbers is getting closer. The camels. He's getting everything. Look at the numbers. ACCM, he's taking an amazing, brutal, sick, incredible battle. 2 camels. Absolutely everything, Lidakor.
Yeah, that was an awfully mispositioned army by Daniel. Like, he actually lost the hill, and just when heavy camel came in, the timing for that was great from ACCM. And, like, Daniel actually, I think, overestimated the skills of his Keshiks. He believed that those Keshiks will hold until the Cav Archers kill the camels, but that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Now, ACCM doesn't have an awful lot of gold to work with. That castle is denying that gold mine. It looks like now we're gonna have
what he's doing.
halberdiers.
Look what he's doing, Lidakor, on the right side. Look at that castle he's doing, an amazing one. And that castle, this is why I like this gold Raz version. You have the castle in the middle, and the opponent can still get some good gold placement. Look, so in this situation, right now, if Tatars need to go halves, I don't know if this is what you want, really. But those camels are now getting in a bad spot again. 25 army is crazy. I think, honestly, this Tatars is so good, man, really.
Yeah, it's tough, and now they're shelling those buildings as well, and now the Keshiks will always be able to dive in and snipe Trebs, because they're so cheap. Silk armor now into... And look at the army numbers, 51 to 24. Double the army value as well for Daniel.
Crazy. Yeah, and both got the similar farms. Look, 51 farmers for both. Almost the same amount of release on gold. So now it's just about the best units they can do. Obviously, ACCM can't provide camel archers because, as it's happened before, the castles from ACCM need to make trebuchet, because you need to kill those. But they are trying to kill the traps. He has to be careful. Those castles got fletching only. Imagine if he got +3. I mean, those castles need +3 right now, because with those castles he will be killing a lot of units from there.
Yeah, Daniel's taking a bad engagement here. Once again, fighting up heels against heavy camels. I don't know why he just didn't go for the right-hand side trap. He could send in 5 Keshiks and kill that trap on the right. He needs to save that castle.
What is he doing? He's fighting in the downhill. with all those, he's losing them all. It's true that those Cav archers still behind with all the those Cav archers are missing +3. They could be +7, and they are only +4. And if you put now camel archers with heal advantage, they will lose. He will lose a lot, but he need the upgrades. He got only fletching. ACCM.
Yeah, and Daniel lost the castle. That's an awful move from Daniel. Like, he needed to snipe at least one trap for himself, because that's the first castle that's killed in this game. And still the numbers are crazy for Daniel. 52 against 17. And now he's shelling the castle on the left side. And as you said, you need the castles to produce camel archers.
Yeah, well, he's... sorry, ACCM is struggling to have the numbers because he's all the time trying to fight the numbers, while Daniel is just with the aggressive position. Now he lost the castle there. It's so difficult to match those numbers because the production here is from castles versus archery ranges. And, well, but man, Daniel has only 2 archery ranges the whole game. How this is even possible, Lidakor? I don't understand this. And like this, is still winning the game.
I think it's unit retention. I don't think he's losing a single Cav archer. Like, he's losing Keshik, he's losing Halberdier, but he's not losing the Cav archers.
Not at all. Not at all.
And look at the population.
Archers, if he massing the Cav archers, yeah, well, 134 village, 61 army, 13 army for ACCM. Now he can't. He's doing everything with Tatars now. Rams, Halberdiers, Cav archers. He's missing Hussars, but he has 50 farmers, 44 on gold. It's now elite camel archers, cashband +3, okay. But you need like 30 camel archers, not...
Yeah.
How many he got? 6, 5.
And the problem is with camel archers is that they will just get overrun by Keshiks. So just like early Cav archers get killed by early Berber knights because they just outnumber them, Keshiks will also outnumber the camel archers and they will just overrun them. Especially if those castles go down, and they will go down, and there is the big problem for the Berbers, siege rams, something that they can't do anything against.
Nah, the game is the game is over. It's only one castle left, 46, yes, still 129 villages, but the game is over. And he called it easy. Daniel taking the 1-1 in this series. Well, solid gameplay by Daniel. He did some moves that we could say, okay, this might be better, but man, good level, man, good level. This is the kind of game we want to see, not the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this was definitely sort of a way better game than we had before. And with that,
the first one, a warm-up game, you know,
yeah.
for Daniel. Like, he was sleeping, you know. Let's remember one thing. Since this is recorded games, and now I'm completely serious, the first game from Daniel might be in a very early time in his country, probably. Because ACCM don't want to play too late as well because of the time zones, United States and Vietnam. So it can be possible that Daniel was a little bit, you know what I mean? Like first game, just wake up. That's something that nobody want to have, right?
Yeah, I don't know where Daniel's living though. That's my problem with this. Like, I understand the concept, but I'm not sure. Isn't Daniel living somewhere in China?
No. US.
I know he's American. I just don't know where he's living currently.
No, but he's there.
He's there?
He's there. In United States. Yes. He's in United States.
In that case, that indeed is an interesting question. Because I would assume we can actually... I can tell you exactly when this series started. Because the Civ draft was posted on AoE Zone. Let's see.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, in the meanwhile, we check all the military economy, and yeah, let me know and look at the goal, 7,000 more, and we move into game number 3.
The draft was posted 10 a.m. in the morning my time. I don't know which side of Daniel or which side of US Daniel plays in, but if he's West Coast, it indeed was 7 or 8 a.m. for him. So,
and if he's not 10 a.m. for a gamer is early.
Yeah, like
you know. Yeah, it's always early.
All right, let me...
more games. Let's go because we cannot stop because tomorrow more. And then it's getting late and late. This is 1-1 and we are ready for game number 3. And hopefully everyone is enjoying a lot like we do. Yes. US.
And
All
I'm
right.
gonna pause at 10 seconds. I'm at 9 seconds right
Okay.
now. And
Yeah. I'm going to go there very soon.
we have a 4 legs game, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yeah, you are
the
not
good
mistaken.
old-fashioned Huns versus Japanese civilization combo over here. Something that we probably got used to by now. Right.
Absolutely. I'm going to the 10, and I'm going to be there in a second. So, ladies and gentlemen, we continue. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And Mr. Lidacor, we have Hans and Japanese. Another, let's say, awkward regeneration in sense that in these 4 legs, instead of seeing one leg where the relic is at the bottom and then the other in where he is, they are pretty close actually. I mean, yeah, the forest is behind or between them, but with Hans and Japanese here, I feel that should be a lot of aggression in Castle Age.
Yeah, exactly. I totally feel that. I feel like the interesting question is gonna be mobility for these two civilizations. Like Huns will have a lot more mobility all over the place. Japanese more of like the brute force civilization of the two.
Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, it's very important, obviously, the pond that they are going to secure as well. If you go aggressive with Hans, I really love Hans in this situation, in this map. You know, you get the fish, you get the great economy, and then here you can go. I mean, I think Hans is being done for this map, honestly. Like, with the stables 20% faster, then the Cav is cheaper, and now how well they are working. How do you stop that with a static civilization like Japanese? Because they're static, really.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be aggressive, so I wouldn't be surprised to see your men-at-arms opening into archers. But really, I think you have to cause a lot of damage to the Hunnic player before he would be able to go up to Castle Age. Because if he gets to Castle Age, triple range Cav archers will be so hard to stop on such an open map. Now, the maps are actually both very well vulnerable for the players. So these are definitely defendable bases. ACCM actually has a beautiful base because it's easy to wall off the right side and the left as well. So he could technically protect his own pawn very easily.
Yeah, well, he's wide. I mean, it's wide open, but I mean, but yeah, it's wallable, and the goal will be safe. And then even walling that area where he's just bringing the board now, and where the ship is being exploring, you don't get a sneak really in your pawn, so you are walling. Yeah, the land and the water, basically. Now he's gonna make the dock. He's gonna make the dock close to the shorefish, exactly close to the box turtle, but a little bit faster than Daniel, which is normal because Japanese are 50% cheaper. Lumbercats, mining camps, and mail, so you can build the dock faster.
Yeah, absolutely. That's also, I think, a very underrated benefit, as Daniel's pushing the deer in the wrong direction. Like, he pushed it all the way around the forest, but that was the wrong way.
I feel good again.
Yeah.
Oh, be careful with that scout. Yeah. The scout took a lot of HP. That's always good. Always good, because now you are not afraid that he's a snipe ability, for example. You see?
Yeah, exactly.
HP, so that's good. It's good.
Yeah, that was a nice one for Daniel over there, and a little bit sloppy from ACCM running into that TC fire, but it happens to all of us.
Yeah, well, and I don't know why Daniel now is chasing the scout. That's a bad move. Just push your deers. That is gonna go to his TC. At least that he want to discover. And now he's going away. I don't get it. I really don't get it. He was pushing the deer, almost getting into the TC, and then he chased the scout. Now he's going away. That's a mistake, in my opinion. And those small things matters, because if you push 150 foot in your TC, well, it's a big bonus for the long run.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. So, Daniel's actually scouting the left-hand side pawn here. I don't know if he knows where ACCM is at. But I think he's looking for ACCM, but he's going the very wrong way here. Like, this has nothing to do with ACCM's base. It seems like he's actually looking for a dock here on this pawn to check if maybe ACCM is around, but that's just the wrong way.
Yeah, well, ACCM is on the way to feudal age, man. And let's see what he's planning to do. But if he's not wanting anything like he's not doing, I believe that he will go barrack and stable.
Yeah, I think it's so as well. Whereas for Daniel, that's a barracks with 2 villagers. Considering he's building it with 2 and now sending 2 to gold, it's a man-at-arms play. Daniel is really obsessed with the man-at-arms. 3 out of 3 games, man-at-arms opening.
Well, he's very solid. He's probably the safest choice. But it's also, if you don't make damage in the start, it's put you behind in economy. Like it happens in the first game, and like it didn't happen in the second because he did a good job, you know? But in this one, the men-at-arms, okay, well, might be okay, but since the Huns is being faster and we'll have the stable, and then 20% faster production, don't think ACCM will have any trouble. He shouldn't, in my opinion.
ACCM didn't see the villagers sneaking out to the right. He was very close to seeing that, but ends up unable to spot that. And that villager will be able to get a dock up, I believe, on ACCM spawn. Whereas ACCM, I don't see a sneaky villager from him right now.
Look where the village from Daniel is going to go. Look where the village is going to go. I love it, man. That village is going to go to take himself into nothing. You know, he's going to say, okay, I'm a sneaky boy. Yeah, you are a sneaky. But look at this. I'm going to zoom in at the maximum. Beautiful spot for that beautiful village. And look at now. See you later. And now he need to go away. He's going all around. Well, that's really, really unfortunate. And now he has to go all over the map. There you go. That was fun, man.
Yeah, that was interesting. So, here come the scouts for ACCM. I feel like Daniel needs to do a little bit more volleying himself or has to go for more defensive spearmen because the scouts otherwise would just tear apart his eco. This feels like game number 1 once again. Men-at-arms just trying to kill the stable.
Yeah, that's into nothing. We will see. The problem now is that he's gonna make a dock, as you point out, before the village is there. That's kind of sloppy for me. He should have a galley right now, ACCM. But he's sending a village to another corner, ACCM, to the 3 o'clock. But there is nothing. So he will have their fish. But the dock is here already for Daniel. And he cannot see it. I feel, I don't know. Archie range, Blasmith, you need to send a scout. I mean, he can't build a dock that way. So relaxed, no pressure, no problem, and now doing galleys. What the hell?
Yeah, that's gonna be very problematic for ACCM. He managed to snipe a villager from Daniel, so that's the first villager casualty of the game. And now that there is archers out for ACCM, these men-at-arms once again will fail to destroy that stable. That is just never supposed to happen.
Why ACCM is sending 2 villages on the left?
I think one might be going for a pond of Daniel.
Maybe. Well, let's see. Because the fire galleys are going to be already taking how many? 7, 8 fishing ships. 8 fishing ships without a single defense. I don't get it. If you see in the south, Daniel got 1 galley in that pond. And then ACCM now, nothing. Well,
yeah, that one galley is actually in a bad position, though. Like, that one galley should be on the left side to prevent the dock, because right now it's not doing anything. But, yeah, at least the intention is there from Daniel. But villagers will be dying left and right, and the good old-fashioned mobility problem is starting to hit the Japanese player here.
Yeah, well, like it was expected, and we see 3 in 3 corners. He is. Uh-oh, but what is he doing, ACCM, there? Oh, wow, that was a terrible move with those scouts, seriously.
Daniel runs through the TC fire. He ran through TC fire with men-at-arms, and that is something that could be very problematic for ACCM now. Although he's got archers back at home, so he should be able to clean it up.
Yeah, he's fine, he's spamming, he has 7 villages more, but look at that fish. I mean, seriously, I can't believe how a player at this level can lose the fishing ship like this. It's incredible. He got an incredible position to dominate. Now ACCM has no army. He will lose all the advantage he got. For not doing a single galley, not checking anything. Well, another village that is down for Daniel as well in the south with the village and the scout. But But those fish down is a lot, man. It's really a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Luckily for ACCM, he still has the will lead, but losing the fishing eco is going to hurt so badly. It looks like Daniel is getting a market up here quite early, as he's still only on one pond. And now there is Fargalis coming in as well for ACCM. But I think he's lost the northern pond. There is no point.
Yeah.
At this point for that.
Well, with 2 dogs he will recover, but he's lost 8 fishes, which is incredible. Still, I don't like the economy from Daniel. I mean, in this map, when you are in 17 minutes with 6 farmers, with Japanese, you are doing something wrong.
Yeah, he's still one pond, basically. Like, he doesn't have any fishing ships on the north, only on the south, and that's only 5 fishing ships. Oftentimes, when you're playing a one pond build, you send 6, 7, 8 fishing ships and not just 5. Tries to dog the right side. But
where's the? I mean, he's double
the middle though.
Where's his archers? Okay, he's coming now.
Yeah, he's coming into Daniel's base. That stable is still in flames, as Daniel really wants to take it down, but it's a mixture of archers and skirms for ACCM. But look at Daniel.
Oh my god, look at on the left, sorry. Look at on the left, he catch up the villager there. The villager there that was doing another dog, trying to get it there. Seriously, I don't think ACCM is playing great because of that dog in the north. But other than that, he's massively ahead because in this map, you really need the economy in the corners. And don't think so that being that much with farms, it's really good for Japanese here.
No,
Definitely not.
And now in the middle, the archers also get cleaned up by the skirms. It's 16 army against 7, and ACCM can just sit on a 5 villagers lead already. And considering how open Daniel's base is, I feel like when ACCM reaches Castle Age with knights and cav archers, this game is gonna be over really soon for Daniel.
Maybe before, because look at now, with the amount of farming, he's on the goal, and he can't stop that units right now. If he micro properly, he's gonna take absolutely everything. That's been really not a good multitasking, a good micro by Daniel. He lost a lot. Now he's there with the archers, he's gonna take the goal as well, and look at the resources. Yes, he's on the way to Castlage. Okay, but ACCM is gonna be up to Castle with 7 villages more, 7 or 8, and more army as well, and Huns are Huns, really.
Yeah, especially the cheap cav archers early on can help so much. And one of the things to add about this map is that this is one of the most like APM intensive maps. You just need to be extremely fast to be able to pay attention to multiple pawns, units in the middle, managing your eco. And I think that among the 2 players, ACCM is probably the faster player, so that benefits him a little bit more than it is for Daniel.
And a faster sieve as well. You have seen how he lost the fish in the north, and even like that, he's still with 6 villages more. That's crazy. I mean, Daniel has killed, in theory, 9 villages, because that Eco KD, it count also the fishing ships. And with that advantage, supposed advantage, he's still behind 6. So that only means that he's playing much better this map.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like ACCM is even going to go for crossbows here, which I think I like. Like, try to get an early advantage instead of just going for straight cav archers. You will transition to cav archers here, but I think a couple of knights and crossbows in early Castle Age. Oh, double stables.
He's going knights. He's going knights. I like this choice. It seems he has the army advantage, and then he has also archers there. So with archers and knights, he's probably enough. I mean, he's feeling that the opponent is gonna go full range and probably skirmishers. So he's thinking, okay, archers and knights, domination.
Yeah, he has to be careful against Japanese pikemen, but I mean, he has 2 ranges, so he can switch to cav archers later if needed. For now, he's just going to be playing with crossbows and knights. As you said, Castle Age is actually coming in for both players at the same time, but as can be seen, there's 6 vouchers lead for ACCM.
Yeah, and look at the difference. Like, one is doing the Bodkin arrow, yes, but the other one is doing crossbow and chain barding armor. Then plus 2 knights in this situation is massive, if you ask me. And combined with the crossbows, it's a perfect combination. He forced his opponent to make siege war shop because he's probably expecting the cav archers. But when he sees that the knights are coming, it's gonna be complicated. Let's check his point of view. Fog of war. Yep. He didn't spot it the second stable. So I think Daniel thinks that his opponent is coming full cav archers.
Yeah, I think that's the more common way of doing things, so that should be Scorpions from Daniel, I believe. But in the meanwhile, there is 3 docks, or 3 pawns already for ACCM, only 1 for his opponent. And now Knights and Crossbows are coming. Crossbows without +2 attack, though.
Yeah, you need to be careful. Daniel has a lot of army, that's truth. So now the Siege Workshop is coming, but Crossbows, Knight, and Siege, it's gonna be much more deadly than just Crossbows and those Micro. Well, he will need a sick micro with those units. Sick micro. For now, not so many Knights. He need more. The Knights' problem is that, well, they are expensive. So he's investing a lot. Well, but now he's raiding. He's using the units very, very good.
Yeah, the unit controls have been outstanding, and now if your crossbows are actually marching that far away from your base, I think you use the knights to try and get a good surround on them while they're open. Also, there is 2 TCs for ACCM going for TC number 3 already, so 7 Voyagers lead, more TCs, and he can go for Cav Archers anytime he wants for mobility.
Yeah, and the TC, if you notice, look how good it is, that third TC. He's on heal, he's protecting, he's getting a stone, but also at the same time he's protecting the wood. All of those 3 TCs are pretty much straight to each other with similar distance. I really like how he's building now the economy there. And he has to be careful, there's a lot of nice, he killed some skirmishes, but a big badaboom from ACCM can really take the game. And his 3-tone synthesis is gonna be so difficult for Daniel to come back in this one. I don't like why he's taking that battle.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no space. What the hell?
I don't know why he's taking
even like
that.
He's gonna win even like that.
I think he's got the heal, so yeah, it's +2 knights with heal, and I guess he's more happier. Like, he says, okay, I have 3 pawns, I probably have the stronger eco, so I'm just going to destroy this army and make my life easier.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what he was doing, you know, but let's see, he's going back, now Krobos with the hill advantage, and yeah, but he's even going Rams. I mean, he felt like, this is the ideal situation for the Huns. Yeah, you take in the Echo lead, you have 15 villages more, and then you can just spam army all over, Siege, Knights, even crossbows, cav archers, whatever, and just keep going with the aggression. Yeah. Look at the score difference already.
Exactly, and the Hunnic stables also work faster, so you can really spam those knights in here, and if that mangonel goes down, the ranges will also go down because the ram is going to finish it off. I feel like this is a very, very rough situation. Indeed, GG from Daniel. And,
well,
we are
back
in
this map for ACCM. Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be like this. You have one domination from ACCM, next game it's a close one. Domination, close one. We'll see if that's a tendency.
But sometimes when the C's are 3-2, 3-3, or 4-3, are not necessarily great. I prefer to see just close games, you know? Because this one has been, from the start, like, really one-sided, honestly. You can feel it, that he was doing all the right decisions, and with the scouts, it was very similar. Of course, different approach because this is cross, but similar to the first game. Yeah, took the initiative and never throw, and that was really great. But I don't know. Well, 2-1 for ACCM. A little bit. I don't know. I expected a little bit more for this game because. 4 Lake Cross can be very nice, but military, you can see 26 largest army, 27, and economy. The economy difference in food and wood, Lidacor, look, it's insane. It's really insane. I don't know if you listen to me. I think this board is going cuckoo.
Yeah, I hear you. I was just listening to your analysis.
Okay.
So
okay. Yeah, 20 villages more. It has been a domination. We can go for the game number 4, really.
Yeah, exactly. And that game is going to be on Bay with what is an interesting Civ setup for multiple reasons. Yeah. We have a Mongols versus Britons matchup, and honestly, against Mongols, I think Italians can work nicely for this map, but because islands will be played, I guess Italians will be used there. So you have to go something else, like Celts could be an idea as well.
Please, close to midnight, don't mention islands, okay? I still get nightmares, you know, because if we got some really fine games sometimes, but in general, it's complicated, you know. It's complicated for me. You know?
You're getting
Anyway.
nightmares. Okay, let's go with the game. I'm at 9 seconds.
Lidakor, who is in midnight? You or me? Seriously. Okay, you are in 10 seconds. No? Okay, let's go. Anyway, there we go, guys. We are going to start in a moment. He's really infected. As you can see, he's really, really infected. And 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, let's go. And we synchronize right now. This is Bay map, and we have Britons. We are not watching Britons a lot in the tournament, to be honest, either because they don't pick or it's banned. But now we have Britons versus the Mongols, and depend how the Mongols play. But if the Mongols play aggressive again, they can dominate. But if the game is going standard, stopping the Britons' range is gonna be tough in this one.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one because Mongols is like the standard civilization selection for this map, whereas Britons is like, okay, sure. One of the things that you can do with Britons here is that you only need 5 on sheep, which means that you can send villagers to wood earlier and you can get your dock up a little bit faster. And also, Daniel has one of the best maps that I've seen on Bay for a long time, to be honest. So, gold at the back, berries at the back, a lot of wood as well available. Not perfect because the left side is very open, but I think that this is definitely one of the better ones, whereas for ACCM, it's hard to roll, I would say.
Fine. No, but it's fine. I mean, if you check, I mean, he's with Mongols, right? He got gold at the back, which is very nice. Look at how close it is. Very easy to wall the left part of the map on that top left wood. And on the right side, just make the buildings, you know? And with the buildings there, it should be okay. Only thing is that the stone is kind of exposed. But as we have seen, it's always exposed in this map. So it is okay, you know? I mean, it depends a lot in the transition. The exploration is crucial and depend how they deal on the water. The transition you do for the land, that hopefully is going to be quick because it makes the games very, very interesting in this map.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll see what the Britons can do over here, but I think they have to play aggressive. Like, Britons don't have the mobility or the power to stop, like, Mongol siege ram, Mangudai light cavalry pushing Imperial. So, the Briton player has to decide this before Imperial, I think.
Well, let's see. It's all about the timing, you know? Like, if the Britons is in a defensive position, they die. But if the Britons is with the advantage and being ahead, they win, in my opinion, you know? Because being ahead, you can go with the Lombos or Arbalest, also plus halves. But the problem is that if the Mongols is in that ahead position, that's what Britons can do to defend. It's so tricky, the civilization. And in my opinion, really situational.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one thing I could imagine for Daniel is also going for like men-at-arms and forward range archers. So only go one dock and fishing, and then try to go aggressive with men-at-arms and forward range. Maybe even a tower, because remember that the stone is always on the front, so a tower could cause a lot of damage.
So give up the water, basically, because you might feel that against the Mongols, you might lose it, because the Mongols usually is going super fast up.
Yeah, I think so as well. So, but you have faster working ranges with Britons, so you could really launch on a land push. And potentially you could even tower the dock, to be honest, and that would make it much harder for your opponent's fishing eagle to work out.
Okay, let's see what is going to happen here. But we're just guessing, guys, because we have seen many games already in Bay, and tomorrow we will see another 3 games potentially. Remember, guys, that tomorrow, 14 GMT, live again for more cities, right, Lidakor? Are you going to stream as well tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, given that I can wake up.
Good job.
Because...
yeah, let's go.
Oh my goodness, it doesn't feel like it was 9 hours of streaming already today, but it actually was.
It is, and the thing is that it's not finished, you know? So, it can go for 10 or 11, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know. How many hours we are streaming already? Because I got 9. A drop and I don't see it.
8 hours, 51 minutes for me, so it's gonna be 9 hours. It's funny that this could turn into an unannounced 12-hour stream.
Yeah, well, I have done many of those. Like, you know, you see that some people promote like events, the 12 hours stream. I don't know how many 12 hours stream I should have promoted in the last months, you know? Doing a lot, man. Terrible sellout with this. But back into the game, 2 dogs. Like, we were almost sure with the Mongols, but the Britons is going for gold, so he's gonna go for another dog as well, or he's gonna go, as you were pointed out, forward. That dog is up, okay, but I don't see any villains forward. He's going for, I don't know for what, because he's not building a second dog.
Yeah, this is interesting. I have no idea what he's up to. Yeah, but if he wants to go forward, that feels a little bit late for me, because you see that in the moment ACCM realizes that his opponent is not going for the water, he's going to start walling up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think the strategy Daniel is using is terrible, because you want to make damage going aggressive, going forward. If you are going to make the buildings here, you are just going to lose the fish, and then your opponent will do the military at home as well, and he's going to be fine completely.
Yeah,
so, well, let's see.
The thing is that if you think it over, how hard it is for Daniel to kill one villager right now, it's very hard. How hard it is for ACCM to kill basically a villager worth of fishing eco, it's much easier. So, say goodbye to all those ships, and Daniel seems like he wants to galley snipe those fishing ships from the opponent. That's the plan.
Nah, that shouldn't happen. I mean, if that happened to ACCM, is titanic. It's real titanic. I mean, the only damage that Daniel can do now is on those hunters in the mill extra that he's going outside of his base. The scout is now chasing that one. No, because it's lower HP. And now he can see the galley. So, yeah, he's not going to snipe anything.
Oh, he's going to use the fire ships. Yeah, he wanted to use the fire ships to kill Daniel's scout, but I feel like now all that ACM needs to do is just vol and go for skirmishers. Oh man, that's a disaster for Daniel. I feel like this is... So far, this game plan for him kind of feels like this is like round number 1 between seed 128 against seed number 1. Because this game plan isn't something that I like, and there is a reason for it, sort of.
Well, he's going for the hunters. It's the only thing that he can achieve, but without fletching, he's probably not going to kill anything. Maybe he's going to deny those deers.
I think ACCM needs to run back.
That I can see.
I think ACCM needs to run back from the hunt, though. Like, it would be overly greedy, assuming that your opponent isn't going to push... Like, he sees the range. He needs to run back home here. Like, don't risk it. You already have the fishing eco advantage. Why are you risking all the hunt? That's an excellent way to throw away a game.
But in this at this point, in 30 minutes, he's not gonna come with many archers and not even fletching. He knows that he might come, but if he just moves properly now without fletching, there you go. Let's see. He shouldn't lose villagers. I mean, I will fight the archers if I was him, and that's what he's doing because there's no fletching. Now take the scout, just go back. There's a skirmisher, and he should be fine. Maybe lose one, just maybe, because the skirmisher is there, and not even that. If he micro properly, shouldn't lose anything. And that's... Oh, he lost one. Okay.
Yeah. That hurts because that villager has a lot of food on it as well.
What we were talking, and you mentioned... Yeah, that's truth. That's the only bad thing for him. But, oh, and now he's taking the deer with those deers. Yeah, but after so many games, this approach is not a great one. I mean, it's true that he's doing a lot of farms. So he's using... I mean, yeah... He's using his economy to make a lot of farms, but he's facing Mongols. And Mongols, he's going to go and try to find more hunt. There's a lot more hunt in the map. Maybe he did the archers to kill all the hunt from the map.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know, man.
Daniel's making farms without horse color, whereas his opponent...
I don't know, man.
Like, ACCM is sitting on fishing eco and Mongol hunt over here. I would be massively surprised if ACCM had a worse castle age time than his opponent here. In fact, ACCM... Oh, now there's the counterattack from Daniel.
Oh, well, he's doing few galleys. He's definitely doing few galleys. Okay. If he's taking the fish, then it's not terrible, to be honest. Because he will have a great farming on on his economy, and he's taking the fish with the galleys. But he needs to go fast and kill. And if he's killing those, oh wow.
Yeah, that would actually be a
Okay.
nice value for him, because he invested way less into water. He didn't have to make a second dock, and as you said, he would have a very well-developed food eco on the farms, although ACCM... Oh, that's so many villagers on the berries. ACCM needs to start adding farms really fast over here. He's on the hunt, though, so that helps a little bit.
Oh wow. 11 villages on berries. Only? That sounds good, man. Well, after all we were pointed out, actually, I think now he's doing a good job, Daniel. And since he has only one fishing ship, probably the strategy... I mean, the only good thing is that he has the hunters, and those hunters give a big bonus. But the economy for
Look
Daniel
at the food. Like,
is there, man.
if I was the tournament's host right now, and, you know, I was just like... I imagine a way that I want the players to play this map, you know. Water fights, maybe aggressive feudal age play. I would scream if I saw this build order working. Because I was like, this is not how it's supposed to be played. Just playing straight archers. That's exactly what he's doing.
And it's working, man. And not only working, he's winning the game. Like, he's... Oh my god, no buildings to go up. I can't believe, man. I can't believe. Now he's running it with 5 villages. I mean, it's not a drama. No, it's not a drama. But you need to gain all the advantage possible. Because now, imagine going with those archers with the castle age range from Britons. That's another thing, you know? That's sick.
And
know,
you also have
that's really
faster
sick.
working ranges for Britons, so getting archer numbers is also a big thing for Britons here. And that should allow you to go for forward siege workshop, and remember that the store is on the front, so if you can deny that, the Mongols could be in trouble here.
But faster working is from feudal or is from castle? Because I think it's from castle, right?
I think it's from feudal, I'm not 100% sure, but I think faster working ranges works, I think it's in fact team bonus, if I'm not mistaken. Which means that if it's a team bonus, it applies throughout the entire game. Yeah, it is a team bonus, so it has to apply ever since... In fact, it should even apply if you are Dark Age and your teammate is in feudal already. Because team bonuses are not restricted to certain age.
Yeah, you can see there that it's a team bonus, so it should be then from feudal age as well, exactly. And well, you can see all the advantage, and that extra range that you can see there, it's gonna be should be sick. But then the Mongols hand bonus as well. You can see now Daniel with 2 villages more army for ACCM, but the timing in castle age, it's gonna help a lot. Look at those archers, Mr. Lidakor. They are coming and they want to search. They're searching for blood, and they're gonna find the blood.
Yeah, they need to wait until crossbow kicks in, but if that happens, they might be able to take this fight against ACCM just in time. Crossbow botkin, and they already have the extra range, so that's an advantage.
I don't think that this is a battle that ACCM want to take, because those are gonna be crossbows with Botkin. He's going back a little bit. Obviously, he want to take before he's doing the armors, but now crossbows are there. And
Oh
he
my
needs to go
goodness,
away
ACCM,
now. He's
that was
run away.
awful. That was awful for him.
Yeah, well,
He picked off a couple of archers, but he lost way more, and as I said, Britain ranges work faster, so... if you lose this many crossbows, you will fall behind really badly, and I'm looking for a 4th villager now for Daniel, but nope. He says, I'm just gonna go free TC boom because I'm Britons.
he's doing 2 extra tone centers. But ACCM read it really well and go elite skirmishes and crossbow Botkin arrow. But how many skirmishes he got? 5 skirmishes. Let's see if that's going to be an old. The problem is that he's gonna fall behind in economy massively, and well, he's forcing to make a tower as well. Whoa, this is a disaster for ACCM, because then the economy advantage is gonna be huge. And imagine Lidakor, if now Daniel made ballistic, then he's gonna be able to do whatever he wants with these units.
Yeah, but he just wants to boom. He could have gone for Siege Workshop, he could have gone for University Ballistics, but he wants to boom on free TCs, and really, all I can ask is, how is this even working for Daniel? This is not supposed to work.
Well, it's working because he was very smart with the galleys. He has sniped the fish. He has ACCM has no fish, so definitely now it's working because since he didn't invest anything on the water, he took the lead, and there is no fish, no reward for ACCM. He did a lot more farms during all the time, and you can see that the farming has been constantly working for Daniel, while ACCM base is now a disaster. It's like, you know, well, 1TC, the university, and is forced, ACCM is forced to go full army now against a Briton civilization. Impossible.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's very hard because Daniel's got very, very good TC positions, and also Britain's a very, very good defensive civilization. And with Mongols, you don't want to go full army in castle. You want to be able to boom up to Imperial. That's -1 villas over there for Daniel on the siege workshop.
Well, that's important because he's denying that siege workshop, but still, he's chasing now those, and look at the amount of army. In theory, they have similar, but the position in the map is much better for Daniel. The scores still say that the ACCM is ahead, which I don't know why Definitive Edition have this score. Man, like, is 14 villas more unit killed from Daniel, and then the score is ahead for ACCM. Explain to me because I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either. But technically the game has the score indicators, and it's technology score from ACCM. Whatever that may mean.
Yeah, well, it means he did +2 in the upgrades. Yep. He has, all the upgrades. He did also buildings with the university. So, but let's focus in the fight, because army ACCM has, well, he has army. He's coming forward, but is he gonna go forward with a siege workshop? He's doing in the middle of the map, but in the middle of the map, a siege workshop there. How long is gonna take to?
Yeah, that's a weird decision from ACCM. I think he should be a little bit more aggressive. He's on stone, so technically this is not over yet for ACCM, because now he's got the elite skirms, and he could potentially try to get a forward cast for himself. He misclicked the villager to a farm. He was shooting at the farm and not the villager.
I can see, but what I don't see is why he does university and then no ballistic. Yeah, I see that he has no resources, but you can buy it. That he has the market. I'm trying to find it, but I don't think he has the market. No market, so he cannot buy. And his economy is definitely anything except balance. 900 gold.
Yeah, and now there is a second siege workshop coming in here for Daniel. Daniel also has 26 on food. That's a very, very decent food eco. And look at that boom, 80 villagers compared to 54. And in many ways, this map is actually suitable for sort of booming. Just like Britons are great on hideout when it comes to booming. This is also a suitable map for it because this usually goes to late game.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Ballistic need to be done. Now he will have a mangle. It's true that he's doing a second tone center. And a 30C. Obviously, he should go up to him, but don't forget that if he's taking some bad battle now, Daniel, with so many skirmishers, he has to be careful the mango now, you see? Battles like that, losing the siege, and then he go forward. I wouldn't be surprised to see a cast of forward drop by ACCM. Let's see, because there is no stone collected. Oh my, this is awful, man. I mean, when I see those delete, I really want to cry, Lidakor, really. Like, sacrificing mangonels like this when you have 20,000 million archers. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that is just not needed for Daniel. He knows that he's ahead eco-wise, and in fact he's piling up resource for Imp. You don't have to be aggressive here. In fact, you don't want to risk fighting this because, as you said, ACCM is not impossibly far away from a offensive castle, though Scorpion gets some nice hits on those skirmishers, as they were very, very clustered up, and there's a Mangonel coming in, ACCM. He sees the Mangonel and he's gonna run away.
Okay.
But there's the Imperial Age for Daniel. He's gonna have the buildings, and when he gets to Arbalest, that's the time to strike. He's already on stone too. So I think it's Arbalest. Then you push up with the Arbs, drop a forward castle, and start trapping down buildings.
Well, It's difficult. I want to apologize to my viewers because I see that I don't know if the stream has been getting some problem during this game. It seems that the guy got some problem. Hopefully now it's fine. But being said that, 20 is more. He has to be careful with those mangonels. Oof. And he never did ballistic, Lidakor. I mean, university, but never did ballistic.
Yeah, I think he just forgot about it.
Me, really.
He just forgot about it, I think. There is more mangonels coming in here for Daniel. There's the first castle for ACCM, and ACCM is not far away from imping himself, so he's gonna buy himself some time with that. And you need something against those skirmishers, because Daniel was counting on the mangonels, but they are nowhere.
He's going one from behind now, but he has another in the other side. Let's see those skirmishes. He can't lose those. No. Oh my, that was a good shot now, and now he's gonna be probably trapped with so many crossbows. So for that reason, he's trying to snipe villages. You see, because he feel that those skirmishes got to be over now. Yeah, but he got time for his castle, and incredibly or not, he's going to be up to Imperial faster than Britons. Which is, in my opinion, is kind of crazy according how the game was going.
He's not gonna be up faster. He's not Malay. I think you confused the two civs. Like, Daniel's almost up already, and ACCM just clicked up. But yeah, ACCM traded like 20 skirms to 2 villagers here, which was far from ideal. And it looks like we're gonna have ramp push here from Daniel.
Well, that's a mistake, because there's a castle. So, and
yeah, this is
he
tricky.
doesn't see that castle.
Because one thing that those skirms achieved was denying the stone for some time, and that is the time that Daniel would be using to make a castle right now and trap buildings down. And if you were other civ like Malay, for example, you would just go for bombard cannon here, but you can't because you're Britons. So you need that castle and traps. And ACCM will be on 2 castles.
Sorry, I didn't even notice that he was going up to Imperial. I think I started to be a little bit tired. So I didn't even notice that Daniel was Imperial age. Yeah, obviously it's not faster to him. Like you can see, he's in Imperial already. 16 villages more. The 2 castles are gonna hold. Now he's gonna have the castle, but seriously, with the Mongols behind in economy, behind in military, how do you counter those units, those range units? It's like, I mean, how? With what? With Magundice? I mean, you can't kill with Magundice this. At this point, he's gonna go just full skirmishes or what?
I don't know.
Maybe onagers.
Like,
I don't know.
The problem with onagers is that Britain ARBs have so big range. So it's not like, I don't know, fighting against Ethiopian ARBs where you just onager them down. They would just outrange your onagers, especially if you get the upgrades for them. And it looks like Danny's attacking into light cav here, so he's expecting what I was to assume would be a lot of skirmishers, and that's the plan indeed for ACCM. First trap is out for Daniel, but it's going to take some time until he can actually mess the traps, and his opponent could catch up in trap numbers.
Oh, he has 2 castles, that's truth. The Arbalest is trying to go around. I mean, those Arbalests can just kill so many villages there, but how many skirmishes he got? Actually, 20 skirmishes, 47 Arbalests, and now those Arbalests with that range, you can take the TC if you want it. Exactly. Look at that range. I mean, that range is insane. Seriously. You need to go with the skirmishes. He's also doing light caps, probably to take those skirmishes. And then that's why Mongols, for me, is a tricky choice. Because Mongols are good in only if you are really in a head position. If you have to defend, they are kind of crap, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And it's also worth noting that Mongol skirmishers are missing the final armor upgrade, which is a disaster when you are actually fighting against Britain.
For sure.
Yeah,
exactly,
And now Ram is moving in, and ACCM has to run away with that trap. He could even lose that trap, which would be an absolute disaster, needless to say. Masonry, I love that upgrade for Daniel. He understands that that castle is so important, and he needs to kill. Oh, is ACCM going to lose that trap?
He lost it. But there is another thing that is important here. Imagine that he make Werewolf. And he made Werewolf and those throws at 100% accuracy. So then try to get them. Now finally ballistic. That Mangonel going Moonwalker at back. I love it. I don't know if you see it, but look at that Mangonel going back. Moonwalker activated. Yeah, amazing. And now some light caps. Well, he's taking more time to finish the game. But I think this is game for it should be game for Daniel. But this map is so big, Lidakor, and if he expand and move all over the map, well,
there is Warwolf. And I think the Warwolf is a tricky upgrade because it's expensive and it takes quite a lot of time to research, so you probably don't want to grab it early, but I think the +4 defense missing is what matters. You look at how those skirms just die to the orbs.
Super fast. A lot of attack, the trebuchet is going to... Yeah, the caster is going to go down. Now, look at now the Trebs, how they are going to kill the... the other one. Well, he's taking the village. He didn't shoot even the Treb. But now he's gonna take it immediately. Bam! Directly. It's just so difficult. Yeah, so difficult.
Yeah, and
no
it looks like...
And too serious.
It looks like the trestle goes down for Daniel, so he wasn't able to finish off that trap just in time. But it's 59 army against 17. And Daniel still has his trap, so he's going to take down that castle now. As you said, how is ACCM going to stop this one? He won't. Like, now Lightcap can fly into his eco, and Daniel's just always one step ahead here. He's already collecting relics.
Yeah, and not with this economy. 2-2. 2-2, guys. 2-2. Another really close and short series, right? Well, best of 3 now. We have a best of 3, at least 2 games more, and probably now we're going to enjoy with Islands, which is one of my dreams. After Midnight Islands, it's like you know, being with the Scarlet Lidakor. Pretty much the same.
Oh,
I'm cuckoo. I'm going cuckoo now. I mean, GG, man.
Oh man.
GG for me as well.
We're gonna go back probably to the good old-fashioned Italians versus Portuguese islands just for some more enjoyment indeed.
Yeah, but we have to really give a lot of credit in this game to Daniel. I think he played a really brilliant game. But
yeah,
then,
he did.
Why in some maps play that smooth, then sloppy like was in the cross? Consistency, man. 2-2 already, and economy. Well, look at the economy lead according to the statistics. It's crazy. Fantastic.
Yeah, and I have some good news for you. Well, good or bad, you can decide.
Yeah, it's not Islands. It's probably other map.
It's
right?
It's Islands.
Oh, it's Islands. Guys, let's go because it's game number 5 incoming. Islands. Whoa!
All right, I'm at 10 seconds.
No, just wait. I need to go to the bathroom. I mean, I got super excited, and that's... please, can you wait me 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Take 2 minutes as well. Lidakor, go to the bathroom because I know that you are excited. I need to go to the bathroom because I'm so excited. Be right back, amigos.
All right. Oh, man. Now, let me mute myself. Thanks again, everybody who is still with us. So, it has been 9 hours and 15 minutes of streaming, and we have at least 2 more games here. So we are probably gonna end up with a spontaneous 10 to 11 hour stream here. That is crazy. And tomorrow we'll have probably the same thing happening with 3 more series. Like, I was like, oh yeah, we'll finish by, I don't know, afternoon. I will upload the series to YouTube, and so... Do you think best of 7 is too much? Yes. I think best of 7, like, I understand the concept of best of 7 for the qualifier deciders because this is so important for the players, but I feel like, just think about it. I understand that the qualifiers are so important and it is a decider game, but does a qualifier final round justify a best of 7 more than the first round of the main event? I don't think so. So... I feel like a best of 5 would have been satisfactory over here, especially given the amount of series. As I said, I understand the best of 7, but I feel like it's sort of unnecessary. Because I understand that the more games you have... But it's also tricky, because, yeah, the more games you have, the more accurate depiction you are going to have about the player's skills. But I feel like best of 7 is something that also is a disadvantage for those that aren't necessarily... that experienced in bigger tournaments, because attrition is something that you have to account for in the long run. But yeah, I think just in general, I think best of 7 is something that should be semifinals or the grand finals on. Like, think about it this way. The semifinals and grand finals will be best of 7s, I believe. So I'm not necessarily sure if best of 7 was needed for the deciders, especially because we only have 7 maps in a map pool. So it's not like it kind of feels like the idea was that you have to play every map in the deciders. And as I said, I understand the concept. I just feel like that's sort of unnecessary, especially given that the rest of the tournament is best of 5. I think until the semifinals. Give me a moment. I will turn on some lights as well.
Okay, let's go for the next game. I don't know if Lidakor is around.
Yeah,
but,
Lidakor is always around.
My happiness. Oh, let's go, man, because my happiness is complete. Oh, Lidakor, Italians and Portuguese. I can't believe. I mean, unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Yeah, I was muted. I was muted for my channel, but not for you. Well, guys, I was muted in my channel. It's what it is. But people in Lidakor channels could listen to me, and you couldn't listen to me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm here only for Lidakor. Lidakor. I was just telling the guys that can't believe it's Italians and Portuguese again. So let's see what we're going to see now. If you're with me there, we go.
Yeah, I'm at 10 seconds, so you can just do the countdown.
Okay. Let's go, amigo. And I'm putting Capture H as well, loading this. And ladies and gentlemen, we continue with this series. Game number 5, ACCM Daniel. And we have 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Mr. Lidakor. Italians and Portuguese in islands. I will let you introduce the civilizations and the most important, the strategies for this map, Lidakor.
Oh, that's a so good thing to do right now. Like, I think I've probably introduced Portuguese and Italians on islands like 100 times already, so we're gonna do that for 101st time. And still, to this day, Portuguese should be able to win post-Imperial, so timing is gonna be crucial for Daniel's Italians. We'll see what he's up to with what is, I think, an okay-ish island for Daniel. He's got a little peninsula on the north, which I don't like, but other than that, I think the two islands are actually pretty close and comparable. Should be no big advantage for either side. As for now, we're just gonna see the casual deer pushes in Dark Age.
Yeah, then like we have to wait. We have to wait to see if we're gonna have some craziness. Otherwise, this map generation, as you say, this looks well. This looks fair. Also, the goals are safe. I would say that all the goals are safe here, and yeah, 5 illusion wood for everyone, and it depends on the opening, you know. Italians are still very strong, but we have seen how in late game Portuguese can dominate.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Italians have to be the aggressor in this one because, once again, Portuguese, I think once we get to a stage where it's galley versus galley, Portuguese will be able to start rolling. So, especially starting Castle Age and onwards, I think that Italians either need to use their early Castle Age power spike, or they need to use an early Imperial Age power spike to be able to be competitive on water against Portuguese.
Okay. Someone is asking in my chat that if it's Daniel part of WWP, is that not very strange? Where will they want him? Well, WWP want Chinese people. And Daniel is United States nationality, but Chinese as well. So that's why WWP got Daniel as well. All Chinese players are pretty much all the expert players are in that clan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Lidakor.
I think they are. In fact, it's not just Chinese players now. I think they are also sort of getting some players in that play a lot of team games with the Chinese. I think it's not necessarily about, you know, the nationality or whatsoever for Daniel. It's about the fact he's very well known in the Chinese community. I think Daniel also speaks Chinese himself. So, if I'm not mistaken,
for sure, he speaks.
Like, he has been doing some sign-ups to tournaments for Chinese community members as well, just like Mr. Yo. And there are a couple of other people. Like, for example, Shed is Australian and he's in WWP It's mostly Chinese players, but not exclusively anymore.
Okay. We should try to join the Dakar. I think the sponsor is kinda, how to say in a word that people understand, rich. Did you understand?
Yeah, I understood.
I mean, it's a good clan to be there. Come on, I lead the car. I mean, I wouldn't mind to join there. I don't know you, but I would go with close eyes, you know.
Yeah, like, indeed, that's actually a big sponsorship, and basically all the most important Chinese players are in there. In fact, many of the Chinese players that are in there were thought to be sort of away or so. Like, for example, Sayaren. I haven't seen Sayaren ever since Vubli.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, if you know that there's someone giving you crazy amount of money or really good amount of money, let's say, for playing the game that you love it and you are AFK and you lost your motivation, it's a good motivation to come back.
Yeah, I feel like based on how many old players are returning, now they are starting to see that even if they don't, I don't know, win tournaments, there is so many show matches, events, like just a lot of prize money for even playing in the qualifiers that you don't have to be amazing anymore to actually get, you know, just sort of some prize money for your hobby or so. Like, we're seeing players like Ra, Raiden returning, and even if they don't perform as good as they used to, if you actually get a show match going, and as I said, nowadays we have show matches every day, small tournaments every day, so really... Oh, transport from ACCM.
That's even more important than the so much, that the sponsor, that everything related. And we see a transport ship here for ACCM, but to be honest, I love to see the transport, but it's very, very tricky because the island is so small, man, and you really need to make some damage, otherwise it can be well defended, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Really well defended.
Like, this is, Daniel was expecting this. Don't ask me how. But for whatever reason, he knows it's coming. And the reason why he knows it is because he's fast castling. I'm just noticing. That seems like a fast castle from Daniel. Because this is way too late for a galley rush, especially with the back dock. Daniel wants to fast castle this with Italians, and I guess ACCM didn't want to land, but he's realizing that, hey, I'm getting fast castled upon, so I'm gonna have to do some damage.
Yeah, well, I like what he did. He dropped the scout. He's gonna gather information, and now... Okay, well, stable is a choice that I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan, but I'm going to go to point of view from Daniel and see if that scout is gonna gather the information that he needs. I think really that the Argus is better. He's gonna find out the stable, but Scout Rush is probably the worst landing. No. Really. Because you're gonna make use of barrack and then you stop it. Oh, well, market now doing the blast beat. No loom. He's doing the loom now. Well. But you need to wall, amigo. You really need to wall.
Yeah, I feel like by the time the scouts arrive, you should be able to wall yourself. And as you said, the scouts can be stopped by spearmen. And you also shouldn't forget that Portuguese have cheaper gold cost on units. So the archer opening is much easier with Portuguese, less heavy on your eco. And that scout is also gonna get trapped in there.
Yeah, but look at that tower he's doing with 2 villages all day. I don't know why Daniel is not reacting with a counter tower. I don't understand. I believe that he will do it. This is a, in my opinion, it's a poor rush by ACCM. It can work. It maybe can work. But why Daniel is not doing a counter tower here?
Yeah, that's a
now
very
he's
late.
doing when he... But he has the tower already done, and then he won't have any gold. I mean, I don't get it, really. I really don't get it.
Yeah, that's a very late counter tower. It feels like it didn't actually... I don't know. Like, that tower was so obvious. It wasn't even being hidden. And now, ACCM wants to transport the scouts around, but there's nowhere to go at this point. And, well, Daniel could just pull villagers to take that down, and there's a spearman out as well. Or, well, there will be spearman out soon with the barracks up.
Yeah, well, it's also true that there is also, with the castellates, there is no goal to take. If he explored properly, he should send villages to that area, and at least wall the resources. I don't know if you agree. I mean, that goal, just wall it. That tower is gonna be down sadly because he's only 2 villagers, but he has 4 fishing ships. He's trying to make some good economy. He's mining a stone as well. I think he just want to keep on that island and keep the push probably in Castle Age, because right now, what he really can do, look at the stable. He's doing the stable. Well, he will do some knight, but he has 0 villages on goal at the moment, and I love that second tower.
Yeah, that's a very, very good tower.
I really love it.
I don't understand why Daniel isn't going for actual, like, spearmen, for example. He makes 3 spearmen and pulls the voyage and he would destroy that tower. And now those scouts could actually maybe even run inside if they get through the walls. And Daniel knows about that tower as well, but obviously doesn't have stone to counter tower this.
Lidakor, why the hell in this situation with no resources at all? He's going for the war galley upgrade. Just go knights and try to focus on your land. Your opponent on water won't have anything, just for fishing ships. You need to clean the land. In my opinion, at least, you know, like, well, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Really weird for me what is happening in this game.
Yeah, he tries to counterattack the opponent's fishing eco, but reality is that he might lose his own fishing eco faster, because ACCM already has a fire galley out there, which is a 1 HP fire galley, by the way.
Well, but if he's going to the fish... Nah, but don't attack the dog. Okay, thank you. He's not going for the dog. Now he's going to take the fish. 1 HP. Beautiful 1 HP 1. Now the knights are coming. I don't know why he leave those 2 villages in that spot. He should probably leave one and split and go for the other. But still, if he reach Castle, and he will reach Castle, I believe that the economy gonna be solid for ACCM. Even if he has the fish here, Daniel, but I don't know. I like the position for ACCM right now.
I think the key for ACCM is that his fishing eco was never pushed, so it's not like he had a weak eco behind this tower rush. He committed resources to the landing, but Daniel, I think, invested even more. Like, he had to make knights now, which are very expensive units currently, and he's still unable to find the fishing eco of ACCM.
Poof! And look now what he's doing. Siege war shop to try to deny that one. He's still
counter landing.
Without any goal.
Counter landing coming in here from Daniel. He's gonna send 3 knights, and that's why you actually wall your base, like ACCM did, if you're landing, because your opponent might just come in and try to land you as well.
Yeah, but this is good for ACCM still. Like, that counter shouldn't do any damage. He could just make now a monastery at home and continue with the push. Then now he's doing a second tower. Is this a second tower? Second tower in the same spot, so he will never take that goal down. And honestly, you know what I will do here? War tower, man. Seriously, in this situation, you make war tower, university at home, and it's massive. It's true that now he has not a lot of wood. The knights are coming. Blastbeat need to wall. Let's see if ACCM gonna notice those knights. He need to wall the village because the blastbeat is not gonna be up, and ACCM do not see it because he has not the right multitasking there, and the blastbeat is 50%, and that's important because now he can't make upgrades, no fletching, no nothing, and both towers going to go down. So Daniel might be taking the lead at the moment in this
and
game. And let's see in the series, he's getting inside with the knights.
Yeah,
what the hell is ACCM?
That actually is a mistake from ACCM, because palisade wall foundations are weaker now. So he should have finished that palisade wall, even though it was 98%. And ACCM, he doesn't seem like he's reacting to this one right now. He might be microing his scouts or towers.
He didn't see even that he got attacked in the blastsmith. Like, seriously, man. That was really poor play by him. Now he's in a really tough position with 5 allies behind and losing the water control. This is terrible for him, really.
Yeah, but the scouts could now run in, can they? Oh, they can't.
No. Oh, look at the spot. Look
at
the spot. The scout with the mangonel there.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
That really feels crazy. Really bad.
And all the scouts.
And now, if we summarize everything, I mean, there is still 2 Fort Vultures from ACCM, and he's now making knights, but at the end of the day, I think that Daniel stabilized, and he's got fishing eco working for him, he's got more fire ships, and he's got knights inside the opponent's base.
Yeah. Well, he just need, in my opinion, a monastery at home, and then he click completely
Yeah.
red. Look, and he passed. Oh my God, the ACCM. He passed, and now the sneak, if he's taking, he's trying, but the knight, man, the multitasking, definitely not on point. Losing the village, terrible. That's terrible for ACCM. Simple, terrible, really.
That's extremely important because it's not because of the tower, it's because about potentially getting a siege workshop up. And look at what Daniel's doing. He's expanding his walls on the right because he wants that other gold mine as well. And he's also destroying the fishing eco of his opponent here.
Taking the dogs as well.
Oh, look at that. That's...
Oh my God. The monk as well with 1 HP. What? He got an instant conversion. That was insane, seriously.
I think that monk was converting that knight for a long time now. The idea was great from Daniel, though, sending in the weak knight to try and snipe the monk. Because you might end up converting the knight that's closest to you, and that would have been a 1 HP knight there anyways. But at the end of the day, it's a 10 villagers lead right now for Daniel, and he's got 5 fire ships against 0.
Exactly, with Italians as well. Cheaper to go up to Imperial. Well, let's see what he's gonna do. He's now trying to reboom, so... Well, you know what I will do if I was Daniel? More landing. You got the economy advantage for sure. I mean, do some economy for sure at home. But he could send even a little bit more army, if you ask me. He still have the transport. He got the water. But to be honest, he need the landing? Probably he doesn't.
No, he just pushes forward. Like, ACCM is on 1 dog that's actually like 30% HP. Daniel has a 10 villagers lead, and he's going to expand his eco now. Same thing for ACCM. But this is a big lead for Daniel, and I feel like he's having that lead at the right time because the fishing eco is going to help him quite a bit in terms of getting up to Imperial, though his food eco is still a little low, so that's something that he's going to have to boost.
Be careful with the demo, Ay. Well, he took a good damage, he took 1, now he's gonna lose some other. He need to kill the dogs. I mean, in this situation, he need to keep going with the galleys. The problem is that the dogs are all at the back on a side. At this time, he should have some dogs in front. He's still there, he's taking the fish, and probably it's gonna be, another demo. But it's still...
Yeah, but the dog is down.
Galleys there, and he's gonna try. And there's a monk, also. The dog is down? He's not killing yet. And there's a...
Yeah, I think you can finish it. Unless you're actually focusing down the house. Disaster.
Unbelievable, man.
Disaster.
Man. Unbelievable, seriously. Oh, baby. What the hell? Ay. Well, some mistakes, man. Some mistakes being made. Tenville is still ahead. He's gonna make now more dogs. He's still with the advantage. He's coming now with 4 galleys full HP, so now he should take it, but there is a demo coming as well. Resources for ACCM really unbalanced. What?
He just ran past it. It was still a good demo, but it could have been better, I think.
Yeah.
And as I said, those fire ships could just finish off the other dog. That dog is so weak. And by the time the next demo arrives...
Well, take it, but there's a monk, and then he's saving with the monk. What the hell?
Imagine if he had 2 war guys. This would be the time to transition into war guys. Look at the resources for ACCM, though. Something that we didn't see. All that food eco is starting to show. ACCM might be going into Imperial here soon.
Well, ACCM has 3 town centers. 3 TCs, has really good farming right now. 21 farmers. 21 farmers. I always prefer in the long run the farm economy. It's much more solid, consistent, efficiency better. And he can go up to Imp and still, well, maybe take the game. Who knows? It's possible. There's not a lot of galleys from Daniel there, and still, he will make a castle also soon, probably, ACCM in the shoreline. Look at the stone.
Yes, he will. And I think this is actually looking better and better for ACCM now. Because Daniel's nowhere close to Imperial.
Yeah, he's definitely not close. Still on 2 TCs only. It's true that he's coming with more galleys. A little bit, well, quite a lot more galleys. But if he's doing now the castle in the shoreline, yeah, he will make transition to Imp. And with Portuguese that we have seen how strong they can be. And he's adding Karak, Abrit, and honestly, water maps, you don't need like 120 villages, right? I mean, 80 villages or like 70 like he has right now can be solid, and he is on the way to Imperial already, amigo. There you
Yeah,
go.
Daniel could actually think about Imp himself if he cancelled all those Voyagers he has queued up on PCs. He would be at like 500 food already. And with cheaper Italian age up, that should help. And correct me if I'm wrong,
Can
but
go up. Yeah.
Portuguese don't have fast fires, right? So it's not like it's gonna be fast fires. It's going to take quite a lot of time until ACCM is able to go for a lot of ships.
Oh! No. ACCM is going for keep landing and probably make a forward castle.
It's only 5 Voyagers, but I think it has to be a castle drop now.
In the middle island. Ah, he's in the middle island. I like that. I mean, a castle there can be amazing. He's gonna make it?
Yeah.
There's space to make a castle?
Hard to say. I don't think so. I don't think so, so that plan is not gonna work.
He can.
The idea is great, but it's not gonna work, and there's demos everywhere, so he has to be careful with that too, and he's only behind by about a minute, and Italian fast fires, man, they will be dangerous, and now those watches are moving up, so we'll see if that actually ends up being a forward castle.
It's a forward castle at the end, but there's a mangonel. I don't know. The castle could be done if he will take that relic. I think without that relic there, probably is a space to make the castle.
Okay,
but this castle is... This is a drama. This is a drama castle. If he's going forward, Daniel, with the mangonel and the monk, this is going to be one of the biggest Titanic ever in a tournament match.
He sees it.
The monks are coming. The mangonel is there. He's going to take it. Oh my god, Doubt! Are you sleeping or are you here? Doubt is here. Doubt is here.
Yeah, that is never going up. And the problem for ACCM... What Daniel has to react, though. Daniel, hello? Okay, now he reacts, and... The problem for ACCM is that castle has been finished to 50%. So, he would lose half of the stone if he just cancels it. That was a lot of stone lost. Oh my goodness.
This is honestly, I don't know what you think, one of the most weird decisions I have seen in a long time. In a really long time. He lost quite a lot of stone now. Now he gives time Daniel to be in Imperial, like it's gonna happen. With the fast fires, it's to be able to really dominate. He's in Imperial already. There you go. And I really don't know. He's doing the dry dock even now.
Oh my goodness.
The demo. He got double the navy. Fast fires even coming.
Yeah.
Dry dock
fast castles will just absolutely shred everything that ACCM has here. It's 31 navy against 16, and the weird thing is that ACCM, I think, wanted to drop that castle on the middle island, but then he was like, I can't build it here. Might as well place it on the opponent's island.
Well, he's doing the castle now close to the shoreline, but he might lose in the process absolutely everything and all the docks.
Yeah, exactly. Now, eventually, Daniel's gonna have to transition to galleons himself, but there come the Praetorias.
He's doing already?
Yeah.
Holy moly. He has already won.
But yeah, those docks will go down so fast, and I think honestly, if you're Daniel now, you're not even transitioning to galleons, because Portuguese will beat you. You have so many fire ships that you make cannon galleon here. Fast fire cannon galleon.
Cannon galleon.
Yeah. And you can also land.
Yeah, well, with condottiers, but no, but seriously, trebuchet in that island where the 3 villages are from ACCM. You transport trebuchet there, he's sending 5 villages in that area, make him in a siege or something. I don't know what he's going to do with those 5 villages, but no, he's moving into, where he's moving, I mean, I don't know. Not there, what is he doing? What is this place doing in this game? Can you explain me, because I don't know.
I don't know either. Honestly, I think this would be the moment where you land with a couple of condottieri. Because now there are heavy demos, and I feel like you could just capitalize so much on landing. Even just a couple of condottieri would actually start killing the eco of ACCM so much. ACCM has 4 ships right now, but he's going for heavy demos.
But why the hell he need a castle in that area? I mean, I know that you want to get into that middle islands, but seriously, you make the castle in your shoreline, you go with trebuchets into the middle, you take the castle down, and he got 2 military ACCM. ACCM are right now nothing, absolutely nothing. Go land it like you point out, and destroy on his base, and he will never be able to go back on water. ever again.
Yeah, I think if that castle goes up, it should be trapped soon. Although, I like that Daniel's going for a galleon switch as well. And the fact that ACCM doesn't have ships just gives time for ACCM, or for Daniel to do this galleon switch. And then cannon galleon could work as well. But I feel like you have so much food if you are Daniel. You even have a transport already. Just land 2 barracks, condottieri, and you can already start raiding the eco of your opponent.
Yeah, well, he's not doing this. I mean, he has, like you say, 27 on food, which is quite a lot in this kind of map and situation. Then more Faitorias. He can see the Faitorias. Let me go to his point of view for of war. I think he can see, well, at least that, the one that he's building right now. So, like you say, why not landing? When you are going Faitorias, it's pretty obvious that he's going what he's doing right now. But I really like that he's with the Cannon Galleon upgrade. He has a trebuchet in that island, but that trebuchet is gonna do what? There, nothing. So you need to attack. Don't let your opponent to recover.
Yeah, exactly. He can also use those galleons better at the back of ACCM's base, like deny wood lines with them, for example. There's cannon galleon on the way, but now ACCM is getting his fleet up, and those are gonna be higher HP because of the Portuguese bonus, and they will also have Karak available. So those are way better galleons.
Yeah, still they don't have the numbers, you know. He does have the numbers, but he doesn't have also all the navy together. So if you put all the navy together and now those trebuchets, I don't know. Let's see. There's a tower as well. Obviously he can't, but a lot of fire ships around the island. So he doesn't have the army in the same spot, and that's why he can't push right now. But still, he's attacking a lot of the. Yeah, he's forcing ACCM to make towers at home.
Yeah, I feel like now that the fast fares are moving in from the left, this is getting dangerous for Daniel, but if he combines all his ships, he should still be able to have an advantage in this one. And now the fast fares will be coming in from 2 sides.
He should kill. I mean, he has the number. Now he's landing. Now he's landing. With almost 2,000 stone, he need to go make... Look where he's gonna make a castle. Just make a castle there and land his economy, man. Well, there is 9 villages, but don't lose more and more galleys, man. Stop losing galleys, Daniel. Because, okay, Condottieros, barracks already, but he still have almost 2,000 stone, you know? 2,000 stone. So, yeah, but he's wasting a lot of units.
Yeah, those fast fares are dying very, very easily because there is a lot of heavy demos in there. And now Daniel has to be careful because look at those fleet numbers. 43 against 36. In fact, 33 galleons against 31. And as I said, those galleons are much better for Portuguese. But if you just start sending in condottieri, and you can indeed make a castle there and start pushing this one. Bombard cannons or traps could be an idea as well. And just start taking out the Faitorias and raid the eco.
Yeah, but you cannot lose a lot on water. Because if he's getting all back on water, be careful. It's true that if he's sending a lot of condottieros, the castle is going to be up, the condottieros are coming, but you need also some siege. Organ guns might be fine. If he's doing a few organ guns, might be fine to defend. He's doing bombard tower upgrade.
Yeah,
ACCM.
That makes sense. Holding the middle. Especially because from the Faitorias he's getting infinite stone. And ACCM just noticed there is condottieri on his island. He doesn't see the entire landing, including the castle.
Yeah, well, that castle is now helping in the middle. The +2 is still losing a lot of galleys, but the condottieros are raiding, and he has no answer at the moment. If he's going trebuchet right away, trebuchet and another castle, because he could do another castle on that TC, where the main goal, he could do another castle there. He can dominate. We will see if he's gonna make it. The water is kinda lost now for Daniel, because he's losing the water completely now.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot, but we have to keep in mind that ACCM's eco could be raided pretty hard, and I feel like now what Daniel has to focus on is just not losing the water completely. Like, keep adding galleons and start trapping down TCs, Faitorias, this castle over here that's so important. And crossbowman for ACCM, so he's gonna defend with Arbalest here against the condottieri.
Well, perfect.
And cannon galleons are also out from Daniel, so he's gonna take down that tower, which is actually a very important tower.
He's taking, but I have the feeling that If he's not playing great, he's gonna throw the game. And he has 134 villies, that's true. But remember, Vitoria's being done. How many he got, Vitoria's?
Just 2. And I feel like one of them could go down really fast. Daniel's not repairing his castle, but that's actually
I don't know
Suri.
why.
Look at the fight in the middle, though. ACCM is absolutely destroying the entire fleet of Daniel here. And I like that ACCM still has
go back a little.
Yeah. Like,
Go back a little. No, Lidakor, he has the castle there. Wait, he's fighting there. You just go back.
yeah, and he's losing the precious cannon cannons too. I think he's microing his... Yeah, he's microing his condos against the villagers that are trying to kill the traps here. ACCM is still 85 villagers. He's trying to save that castle. Because I think that if this landing dies, ACCM wins the game.
I can't believe what I'm watching. I mean, I really can't believe what I'm watching. Condottiers are definitely not doing massive damage. Now the bomber cannons are coming. It's crazy. He got 0 navy. Now the point again that there's gonna be no resources for the Italians, because Italians will fall in economy if the game keep going longer. And really, the landing is not being successful. Well, he took the trap. That castle is so crucial. But why not something else? Why only Condottieros? Now 2 villies on goal. 2 villies on goal for Daniel. It's over. He's gonna die. He has no goal. Nothing. I can't believe how Daniel is throwing this game, because it's a throw. Sorry to say. It's a throw. In my opinion.
Yeah, but is this over? Like, Daniel can still go to the neutral island for gold. He just needs to... Obviously, he needs to fix his eco. But ACCM is slowly losing that castle as well. Although, you were right about the fact that the galleon numbers are very even, and Daniel isn't going to be able to replace those galleons.
Look at the goal, thanks to the Vitorias. He's going up all the time for ACCM. That's the main problem here. And now the bomber cannon also taking the trap. Taking the trebuchet, there you go, so that castle never goes down. And he's just losing all the units against the castles.
Oh my goodness. And there's cannon galleons out here to support, but they can't get close enough because of the galleons. Although, a lot of the galleons for ACCM are at the back of his base, which gives a chance for Daniel to push up his fleet and just destroy the docks with the cannon galleons. He needs to use the cannon galleons here, that's for sure.
Yeah, the problem is that he can't replace. He can add more. You can see, however, if he's 200 population, he still have 34 galleys, 4 cannon galleons, but he got more. And better army Portuguese here. And now the castle from Daniel is gonna go down. It's going down. The Vitoria is still alive. It's been repaired completely because he needs that Vitoria for sure. Wow.
Yeah, it's post-team Portuguese here. So, really, Daniel's selling stone. I don't know why he's not moving to neutral island. He's soon running out of wood with a lot of idols. But he could just send 20 villagers to the gold immediately in the middle. And he has the middle. In fact, he should be winning this one now. He takes down ACCM's fleet here pretty decisively.
Oh, look at the amount of demos. Look at the amount of demos. Look at the amount of demos. But don't use all the demos in the same. 4 demos. 4 heavy demos. He's gonna take it or not? He's gonna take it. It's so many, but, well, he did some good damage there with the demos, amigo. There you go. 33 galleys, 27. It's about time, and the time is not running in favor to Daniel. Daniel keep trying. There's 2 bomber cannons. Look at the 2 bomber cannons. Bam, 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 bam. The bomber cannons gonna take the traps. Lidakor, I don't think he's gonna take the traps because he's not microing the bomber cannons. And now with the arbalest, he's losing all the bomber cannons as well.
Yeah, this is over for Daniel. Because he's now 30...
Oh, you, man.
It's 21 galleons from him, 35 for his opponent, and as I said, those are way better galleons. This is post-team Portuguese with those galleons, and they're just absolutely shredding the Italian fleet. It's not even about Vitorias right now, it's about you have a better army in late Imperial than Italians do.
It's about that when he had the chance, he should make the castle, remember? He should make the castle and make traps and take that castle that he's repairing ACCM. He needed that golden stone in the middle. He got 40 galleys, I remember perfectly fine. Well, 40 fast fire ships, 0 navy for ACCM, and he didn't attack. And he was sending into the castle to die, to death. And instead, well, you know, it's easy to say when you are watching, I know, but it's what it is. And he should just take the opportunity to take those castles and keep going, man. Instead, he went for a land, that didn't do too much because the condottieri are kind of crap, as you can see. And then
Daniel has to sell wood. I mean, that's actually very, very bad that you have to sell wood if you're Daniel, because wood price will actually increase as well in late game. So selling wood is never a good option, because you will need wood later on as well.
Yeah, not in Ireland. In Ireland is terrible.
Yeah, you need gold, but you can't sell your wood for that. That's the tricky thing here, because the ideal option is that you're banking up wood, because if you run out of resources, then that's something that you're gonna need, but I think this is now over. I see bloodlines for ACCM, so we might see some light cav landings. Daniel calls it.
No, dude, we don't. It's incredible. It's incredible. What an opportunity! What opportunity Daniel got here to get the lead, and he didn't take it. Well, maybe experience on water map, like, and then if you throw Portuguese in late game, no chances. Mr. Lidakor, no chances.
Absolutely.
No chances.
And so far as things stand, it was ACCM wins one game, Daniel wins one. ACCM, Daniel. Now it's ACCM, so we're going to see maybe Daniel winning game number 6.
Well, it looks like. Let's see, 63 army, largest army for both economy. Daniel with massive advantage on foot, on wood, and on goal. He got better resources by far in everything, and he lose the game. How just played that? Easily, 150 the least, a lot more economy. But how you lose the game? Because you throw. Game number 6 income.
Indeed. It's also, let's not forget that he is fighting against the cheaper Portuguese navy that's even better. So better galleons that are cheaper, that also contributed. But indeed, with Italians, you have to use your power spikes so well, and that didn't actually happen. And it looks like it's gonna be slopes. I'm gonna stop at 10 seconds, so I'm ready whenever you are.
And the matchup, Celts and Aztecs, I'm going.
Oh, Celts and Aztecs. We could see double men-at-arms openings here.
Well, most likely. And I don't know. This is complicated to understand. But ACCM is taking a match point, guys. A match point. And we are going to see game number 6. Mr. Lidakor, we are going to go game number 6. I'm getting there. Let's go little by little. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. And here we are with the next game, and well, what we can see in this Celts versus Aztecs, a completely different matchup for sure. A surprise for me to see the Aztecs here.
Yeah, but, so is the Celts.
Doesn't mean it's not a good. Yeah.
Yeah, neither of these civs are played very frequently here. Like, in fact,
but honestly, which is better here? Because I don't know.
It's tough. I think Aztecs should have a nice advantage with triple Barack because it was only Celts were only played once in the entire qualifiers so far on this map. Aztecs were played twice, but neither of these civs have won a game. Both have 0% win rate.
Okay.
So someone is gonna change that strategy or the statistics now, because someone has to win this game. So yeah, I think that the Aztecs is something I like a lot more. As ACCM is breaking in the ego to lame 2 sheep away from Daniel. He wants to finish this game fast.
Well, let's see what is going to happen. Remember, guys, that there is a shorefish on both flanks, on both sides, like for both players. And we see how Daniel is going. Red is going straight to the lane. You can see
he even killed a piggy.
2 ships, auto piggy.
And he also stepped one.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full lane, man. And now he can take the board, probably. If he wanted, he could lame it. But he's not taking. He's gonna take it. Can be huge. Or he's gonna be annoying to don't let him lure.
Yeah, I think that he's just going to be scouting around right now as we jump into the 10th hour of the stream, by the way. So it's 10 hours now. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect to be shorter, to be honest, because with 3 series best of 7 and some of the games, I mean, Island maps, it's a very slow map. Like, it's very, very easy to be in the 1 hour game in that map. or 15 minutes. Hideout as well.
Yeah.
There's many maps that are slow. So even if he's a 4-0 can be perfectly fine 3-4 hours.
Yeah, I think that the other factor is that most players, like, there is just a so important set here, and many players play a lot safer. So maybe if it was ranked map, he just dives in with his archers and says, okay, I'm going to attack. But here everybody's playing a little bit more defensive. Really want to make sure that they don't throw away army, because one mistake can end you losing the game.
Yeah, but it's not only about the defensive, it's about the approach even. Like, you can think, okay, you can really go really aggressive on cross, on 4 legs. But for how the map it is, the generation, I mean, if you go aggressive, it's very easy to wall. I'm kind of surprised that they are not walling more. And if you wall, it can be another, like, every match can be easily into 50 minutes game.
Yeah, exactly.
Not difficult to be there. So yeah, it's become very long games. And sometimes, even if the game is clearly one-sided for one player, the other player keep fighting, because since it's an important tournament, the game is decide or almost decide, but the game keep going. So the games are very long in general.
Yeah, they are very long in general. By the way, if what is the final map? If this is actually going into a decider game, I'll have to check. Final map would be Hideout.
Yeah. Hideout with, I don't remember the saves, we need to check, but let's focus in this one here, because we see ACCM is doing the Barak, but the Barak is also going there for Daniel with the beautiful Kells, that they don't get the bonus now. I'm sad with that bonus militias. That being fast in Dark Age was great, in my opinion. I like it. They removed that, so they don't have like a big advantage early game. Just that the wood bonus that we all know. But they asked us with extra gold. You don't need to mine gold. You can do militias. Can have a smooth economy. Also, they have by themselves a good economy bonus. So let's see. It's gonna be some feudal aggression here. Both 21 population up.
Yeah. Now I don't like the wars ACCM is doing here on the Shorefish. Like, the idea is great, and this used to be a strategy sort of in Hidden Cup 3, but I feel like for 2 pawns of Shorefish, you invest into how much? 30 tiles of wars? That feels too much for me. It's too expensive. The other thing is something that we should look at when it comes to Celtic men-at-arms. They can decide what fights they fight and what they don't. So they can run away from the opponent's men-at-arms if they want to, or they can chase them down. And that's an extremely important advantage over the opponent.
Let's see what they're going to do now, because it's all very similar. We need to focus in the build orders. 8-8, 9-7. You see the distribution in wood food is pretty much the same. It's switching sometimes 7-9, 9-7 in terms of wood or food. Then now 2-3 release on goal. So the micro now is going to be crucial. And those 10 seconds advantage for Daniel in feudal age can be ridiculous, can sound ridiculous, but it's important as well.
Yeah, especially with Celtic men-at-arms. As I said, these guys are now moving faster, so they can really force this engagement before ACCM would get the men-at-arms upgrade. It feels like a small window, but that's exactly the window that Daniel is looking for, and he's actually going to get to the gold mine? Nope.
No, he's walled. Yeah, but the good thing is that you don't want to be defending at home. It's much better to be like this, because generally you're going to be with some idle economy, like it's happening already to ACCM. If you check Capture H bottom right corner, look at the idle echo. Ah!
Yeah, that's a lot of idle villagers. He's got one idle on the Shorefish, and one idle that's walled in here.
Left. Yeah, another there on the left. In the Shorefish there is Village because he was walling. So, well, it's and it's a problem. And now, Archie range and blast with amazing wood bonus for Daniel. But seriously, when you are in this safe position, why you are not walling? Now is when he has to wall, because he's fully open. And look at the men-at-arms from the Aztecs. They are coming.
Yeah, and the thing is that there's an Eagle supporting as one. That Eagle allows the Aztecs player to kill archers, like early archers, very easily. But it looks like ACCM is going to lose the first Voyager of the game here to the men-at-arms.
Yeah. lost it. Yeah, but now he's denying the Berbers. He's going to the TC. No, he got already Archer there. So 3 villas ahead, Daniel. 3 villas ahead also over a mini title TC. Decided game, Lida Core. I mean, it's not over, obviously, but it's looking good for Daniel now. What the hell?
Yeah, Daniel's also denying the gold mine. It's interesting that both players have a lot of TC idle time over here. I think both of these guys are really, really nervous. But you can see ACCM being super nervous as well. Not even a single eco upgrade, for example.
I'm not sure if it's about being nervous or it's just that right now they are not being with a safe game. They're going full aggro. Both are going aggressive. They have to multitask here. And then, well, when you have to multitask, it's easier to forget stuff. And, oh my god, look at that Villiers.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna save it.
No,
you can save it, I think he would say.
Yeah, but just look at this.
The Berbers is gonna be down, probably.
Yeah, but look at ACCM on the other side. That's -3 from ACCM. Celtic Man-at-Arms chasing them down.
Oh my goodness.
It's Celtic Man-at-Arms.
Poof. No, he's gonna lose another Villiers. He should lose it. He's 4 Men-at-Arms. Well, Daniel is going all in, but it's only 2 Villiers difference. 2 Villiers difference because now Daniel also got a lot of idle time. But he got one, in my opinion, really important advantage, fletching with those archers. He has fletching already, and that's really important.
Yeah, nice quick pause from him. And the Men-at-Arms of ACCM are low HP, whereas Daniel's Men-at-Arms are still really strong if you take a look at them. And as I said, these are Celtic guys as well, so they run away from archers much easier, or they chase them down much easier, and now I think Daniel just commits to this and finds one more kill or so.
He need to go to the wood exactly and kill Villiers. This is what he need to do right now. He's gonna make it? No, but he got a lot of archers now. Well, kill one, at least one Villier, there you go. And go away with the scout. But those Men-at-Arms now is solid. He's killing good units. He's really killing good units, in my opinion, but overcommit.
I feel like
he overcommit.
Yeah, it's tricky, and Daniel's selling stones. This is gonna be a triple Borax Eagle play, as we would or what? No, it can't be triple Borax Eagles because he's Celts.
It's Celts, yeah.
So I guess it has to be Huang then, like Knights and actual, or maybe honestly Longsword Mangonel could be something to think about here against Aztecs, right?
Why not? But I don't know why he sold the stone. I don't like that choice.
He wants to go up.
I mean,
and if you take a look at the resources. He is semi-walled. He's actually rushing up the walls on the right side like a crazy.
Yeah, well, but Aztecs won't be too far. Even if he's looked like now doesn't have the resources. Aztecs' economy is great. He's gonna go, and now he's sending army. ACCM got more army as well, so I don't know. Well, we will see. Still, Men-at-Arms from ACCM are getting closer. He's gonna lose another Villiers. He's still open, and well, but he got some archers and skirmishes there. He will be able to wall, and then yeah, the castle age aggression can be so solid. But then, what to do in castles? As you say, what a strategy to do. He's still even too much because now he's on the way to castles. There you go.
Like, I think you either go Knight and Siege, or I personally prefer Longsword Siege here with Celts. You have to be prepared for the egos of your opponent. The tricky thing is that ACCM is nowhere close to Castle Age, so he's gonna get beaten by at least a minute or so.
No, but no, much more because he's doing the wheelbarrow now, double B-tags now, so he's definitely not going to go up. Well, he can buy some food with that goal. And then after the wheelbarrow that is in 50 seconds, we'll have the resources to go up. Not really, man. It's only 11 of food.
Yeah, and I see a scale mail for Daniel. It's gonna be Longsword Mangonel from him.
Yeah, but he has to be careful, because if he's not doing an amazing micro, the archers might take over, and now he's getting attacked here. I'm not sure. I mean, with the advantage he has, if he was going siege and Knight, he will have the game already. And now the long swords are solid, but they are a slower push. And well, it's true that it's good against the potential eagles, and he doesn't know what we do, Leader Core. He doesn't know if ACCM is up or not.
Yeah, that's true, and I think that you have to be prepared for the eagles. And longswords, especially with supplies, are also going to be a little bit cheaper for you. Celts also have them walking faster. And the only problem I'm seeing is that you need... Okay, there's a second barracks coming from him
and
as he cleans up the archers.
Amazing.
And longsword should be something he can squeeze in right after this one. And forward siege workshop. This is actually pretty clean from Daniel over here. And look at that castle age time for ACCM. He's in trouble. Like, he's in big trouble here. Because it could be rams now for Daniel. He could just make rams and longswords jump into the rams and start melting stuff. In fact, he could even send the skirms just to pick off the archers and use the men-at-arms to start killing buildings already.
Yeah, but he didn't make the longsword upgrade, and now he's gonna see those archers. I think he will need a mangonel or even a scorpion just to deal with those units. Don't think that the ram is the way to go here, because I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do right now. He has no resources. He's not upgrading the longsword. He's missing a really good window to make damage. What's going on, Lidakor?
He's got 3 villagers queued up on the TC, that's what's going on. And that's not something that should happen here. He's floating about 100 food in it. And
oh my god,
that matters a lot, because that 100 food could be used into potentially foraging, for example, or so. There's the battering ram, and there come the eagles. So far, no reaction from Daniel to the eagles.
Yeah, and now if ACCM kill that ram, if ACCM notice ACCM, you need to kill the ram with the eagles. Oh my god, ACCM, what are you doing now? You need to go back. Now the ram can be solid. Now the ram, as you said, and you were right, it's a good option here. He's gonna take the barrack. The longsword finally is there. It's coming, but don't lose the TC. The TC is eating the town center. Ay. Well, he's losing 3 for nothing. Almost 3.5. What a terrible move there by him. And losing so many units, but still taking the barrack.
And ACCM is taking into crossbows, but he's gonna have one range that's going to go down very soon. And Celts eat barracks, so does the saying go. And I think that now the longswords and potentially some more siege, like scorpions or mangonels, could actually start overrunning ACCM, who is having a bit of an issue. Oh my god.
Check the counter-attack on Daniel base. With the crossbows, with the eagles. He's forcing him to quick walls, kind of panic. So why I'm mentioning this? Because not only the damage he can do, also he will have to multitask a lot more at home. Because he can't lose, but he's with... Well, losing the plasmid, losing absolutely everything.
Losing the gold.
Let's see what ACCM is going to do. Yeah,
ACCM is not going to have access to gold, I think, soon. Though Daniel needs a mangonel, both defensively and offensively, as Daniel isn't noticing that his brace is getting broken into.
Oh my god, seriously.
Oh, this is full chaos.
Daniel is. I'm feeling that what opportunity Daniel can lose here. Let's see, because he's taking another barrack. But with all the crossbows and the TC is killing a lot. If you check the rate you kill, that is similar. And now he's on his base. With the crossbows, he's doing a massive damage with the Bodkin arrow. It's incredible. It's really incredible how much damage ACCM is doing now with those crossbows. But still, ACCM is in a very tough position.
Yeah, just look at the villager numbers. 43 to 37.
Yeah.
ACCM also had a lot of idle time, and ACCM is barely able to access gold. And now, if that archer range goes down, ACCM is in trouble. ACCM won't have production buildings. And I feel like, as I said, ACCM plays a lot in the time frames as Hoang. I think he's starting to get nightmares out of Celts.
Well, the crossbows is still there, but he's still doing a really good job. He's gonna away with the crossbows. He's doing a siege workshop. He's doing a mangonel, but the longswords are coming. He's moving all over the map. He can't really do the job. Doesn't have any... Because look at these players. 2 monks queue in the monastery, so then he can't make a mangonel. You know, he has no gold because he has 200 gold in the monastery. And queue that and make a mangonel, and then you take everything with the crossbows and the mangonel.
Yeah, look at ACCM Zico. If that mangonel goes towards that gold mine, it's over. And wood line is open as well. And I mean, it's just the Celtic Flood that seems to be the nemesis of so many players on the ranked ladder, and now in the tournament as well.
Now he's with the Magonal, he's losing the village, it's a chaos completely, losing another one, 8 village lead, and we might go for a decider, at least that Daniel decide to throw again, which I don't think is gonna happen in this one.
Yeah, I think ACCM's problem right now is dealing with the longswords, because he can go for Redemption Monks to convert. Well, he can't go for Redemption Monks because he doesn't have gold, but in theory, he could try defending as those. Nice Mangonel shot from
But he's taking the
ACCM.
Mangonel. Oh, you don't want to lose. Now he has Monk, he has crossbows. He's going to convert. Be careful against the Aztecs, huh? Be really careful against the Aztecs, because Aztec civilization with the Monk, with the siege, with the crossbows. Oh my god, he's gonna take now the Scorpion. He's taking... Man, I'm telling you. Aztecs is like, Huns are Huns, Aztecs are Aztecs. He's coming those, and now he has Monks. Those Monks are going to be with crazy... After the sanity is gonna be great. The Mangonel shot is taking a lot of crossbows, and now the Mangonel is, ooh, he didn't take it. He's gonna lose that one. No, this is game. This is absolutely super game, honestly.
Yeah, this is looking extremely rough right now for ACCM. The score isn't lying in this case.
The score should be 1,000 score ahead, at least. Like, seriously.
Yeah, just look at there's longswords everywhere. And we could go into the decider game. I wouldn't have thought that after the first game.
Well, definitely not. Definitely not. And honestly, if Daniel didn't lose the previous game, this could be already his victory in the city. Well, no, because it will be another map. It will be hideout now, right?
No. If Daniel didn't lose the previous game... Oh yeah, you're right. It would be a different map. It would be hideout, but...
It will be a different map now. Anyway, let's see. He's still going with the Monks. He still doesn't have the Redemption. He's trying to get Redemption, probably.
But yeah, you need gold for it. And look at those longswords marching in on the right side. And longsword raids. When was the last time we saw something like that?
He can't micro that. He can't micro that. There's 2 long swords. He doesn't have any archery range now. He's doing a TC forward. Why that? I don't know, but look at those. As Kel's also shooting faster. He's going to convert now the long sword, but he's still raiding. 14 village lead. What we're going to see in Hideout, I don't know, but a 7 game in a map like Hideout, I like it. I don't know what is your feeling, but I really like it, Mr. Lidacor. I like that map to have a decided game.
Redemption. Coming in here for...
He has redemption. He has redemption.
Yeah, and that was a conversion. But look at that longswords now. And if you get +2 defense, you will soon be able to just dive in and just +2 defense arson and start melting buildings. And the thing is that Daniel's on stone now. I feel like he's actually planning to work towards a forward castle. And then just go both raiders.
Well, Daniel, what he should be doing right now is doing TCs. I don't know. Well, he has 1 TC there in the middle. You should have a great economy. I mean, the damage is completely done. Just don't overcommit because it's not needed. Obviously, still doing some army, but don't lose it. And now, what is ACCM going to do with those villages? Is that a migration or what is this? Because I don't know what's going on. Well, what is this, ACCM?
I think that ACCM himself doesn't know what to do here. As scaleboarding, so we're going to see light cap from Daniel eventually. And that should be fine. Look at ACCM's eco, it's like an absolute mess.
Yeah, it's a total mess, and now there's some more longswords. He's not walling on his base. He has another Lambrican, some villages on goal. He's only 1 town center. He's still with 22 villages behind. Not a lot of farming. Going to go for scouts. That he has barracks. He doesn't have barracks, so you don't want to go only monks against what is coming. Now, really, the Mangle, you need to focus, ACCM. Disaster. I mean, he only focusing at the spot and still, well, he got long swords at the back as well. Yeah, it's impossible. I mean, it's impossible. He's gonna probably keep trying for 20 minutes more. But what we were talking about the long games, the players don't give up, and this game is totally over.
Yeah, I mean, ACCM, Daniel doesn't have an amazing eco, but at least he's not getting pushed in. He just keeps villagers, like 23 villagers killed compared to 7 right now. And as I said, Daniel's very close to a forward castle.
Yeah, this is just Mangonos, just kill all the villages there. I mean, come on, ACCM. I know that you don't know that it's 1 a.m. in my country, but resign. It's completely destruction. It's really destruction. It's 1,300 score difference. I mean, I want to see the decider, because the decider is going to happen. Because, I mean, if Daniel just lose this game, I mean, how?
Like, he's got double the villagers right now, 76 compared to 38. And we're just waiting for a light cap to pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to confirm that, I think that's something that we have to reiterate, because people are saying that it's 7 a.m. in Vietnam. This is a recorded game, so they are not playing these live. They were played during the day. So, luckily for them, they don't have to play that late for them, or early, whichever you prefer now.
7 a.m. is a good time to play, come on.
Yeah, not if you have played since 3 a.m. though. Like, 7 a.m. is great to start a series. 7 a.m.
to
is
wake up, right?
Yes. 7 a.m. is an awful time. Oh, I think Daniel's gonna have to use the light cap now, because he's gonna lose the buildings through redemption monks.
Well, why Daniel has 4 villages of gold? That's something that I don't understand. And then you go with a lot of gold. Now that you have a huge advantage, you make heresy, and what the Aztecs can do. But still, light caps, you're gonna lose the mango. It's gonna convert those light caps. Oh my god, well, like this, obviously ACCM will still in the game, because he's gonna think like, okay, we still can hold. He's repairing from nowhere.
Daniel has enough stone for a castle, and now ACCM is losing the monks. I think this is the time for Daniel to pull the villagers and get the castle up. Here it comes. Not a lot of villagers, but can ACCM stop this? I don't think so.
Well, the castle is not a great castle there, in my opinion. I mean, it's okay, but yeah, now with some more villages, okay. It's impossible. He don't even have spears to stop this. You need to out-micro this with the monks, and then the castle will be up, and he's getting ready. It's still inside. Look at the inside at the back, Lidakor, with a bangle.
There's nothing. Like,
he's tied with a light cap. What the hell?
ACCM is supposed to be so dead now, and now Void Raiders can come in, and you can just finish this game off with Void Raiders. ACCM really doesn't want to give up, but if this was a rated game, he would have been resigning long time ago.
Honestly, Lidakor, you see the gameplay in these cities, 3-3, really fun, but yesterday the gameplay was much better.
Yeah, this is tricky.
Much smoother.
Because
it's like, I mean,
especially this series.
In my opinion, at least.
This series is so weird because it's an even score, but it's so one-sided. Like, each and every game is one-sided for one player. Like, Daniel has won this game 20 minutes ago.
Well, the previous game was a throw. So I would say that the previous game was being winning by Daniel, and then he throw. But other than that one, like you say, one-sided. And honestly, when you see these players playing, no offense to them, congratulations for the one who qualified. They have 0 chances to win Hidden Cup, in my opinion. You know, I mean, this is a total mess. And then you feel, for example, in this situation is when you value players like Hira. Hira defend like God, you know, and against this kind of pressure, he's so good defending. And you notice how many players against the crazy aggressive, they can't deal. And ACCM has been destroyed a long time ago.
Yeah, he's got 15 monks. Oh? Yeah. But I mean, Daniel right now could just sit back and boom, because he's got a 54 villagers lead.
Well, a commentator has to say what you see. I mean, and we are not here to, in my opinion, I'm not here to be friends with the players. I'm here to commentate. And when you see this kind of gameplay, you have to say that Daniel didn't came with crazy units, and the push, he was even eating the TC. I mean, ACCM just didn't have the answer, honestly, in the whole game. And now this is 3-3. That was a long time ago. And, well, is what it is, man. It just, well, people in my chat say, this is just sad for LAN and the Max. And I agree, because LAN and the Max played in a much better level than this, in my opinion. Sorry to say, this is too messy, and they are not doing a great, in my opinion, a great perform. Just the player that who is doing less mistakes is going to advance. You know, like, while yesterday, I mean, Vilesa LAN series was incredible series, in my opinion. I mean, 4-3, but brutal gameplay. Well, it's what it is. So many mistakes for me. For me, it's what I think. Anyway, let's go and check the statistics and see what is going to be. Lidakor, what was the key in this game?
I would say the better castle age time by a massive margin. Like 3.5 minutes of castle age advantage for Daniel. And he was able to get the long swords out, get the forward siege workshop in, and like ACCM never had the chance to overrun him with eagles. The plan was eagles from ACCM, but he was never able to get to those because he was just so late to castle age compared to the opponent. And it looks like, if I had to bet, I would say it's going to be a Khmer versus Teuton fight on Hideout.
Okay, let's go and focus in the decided game.
Oh my goodness, there is actually a surprise over here for us.
Well, how not? Oh, well, I like it. Honestly, I think Byzantines is a much better choice than Khmer against Teutons, honestly. Much better choice.
I'm paused at 10 seconds.
Much better choice.
So
okay, I'm gonna fix everything, because Teutons and Byzantines, honestly, I think it's an excellent game to watch. And let's see how they're going to play. Okay, we're going to see. And now, let's go, amigos. This is decided game. And we're getting there, Mr. Lidakor, in Game 7. The countdown is going to be there very soon. A little bit slow because of capture rate. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And the decided game with a matchup that we were talking yesterday with the Khmer, Teutons, and so on, the Max, with Jordan. Byzantines here. I don't know what you think, but I like it.
Yeah, I like it as well. If you think about it, Teutons are gonna be strong with their cavalry, but the cheap Byzantine camels and or halberdiers can deal with that. Byzantines have bombard cannons available for dealing with the onagers. Byzantines have cataphracts to deal with the halberdiers of Teutons. So technically, I think Byzantines have an answer to everything that the Teutons can bring in here. And I would have expected Khmer myself, but you're right. In this Civ matchup, Byzantines is probably almost a counter to Teutons.
I don't know if a counter, but definitely much more versatile than Khmer. Khmer can be more expected, but here you have with Byzantines, even if they don't have bloodlines, you have Hussars, you got Arbalest, you got as well hand cannoneers. Then, as you mentioned, bombard cannons, siege rams, and then the buildings as well. Strong buildings, cataphracts that are not that expensive anymore. And even if it's a 1v1, look at the map for Daniel with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals in that area. But you can see also 5 goals as well from ACCM. So it looks like a really fair map to me.
Yeah, it is. I think one thing that's nicer for ACCM is that the goals are more spread out. So if he loses, let's say, 2 goals on the front, he still has 1 at the back. Whereas for Daniel, most of the goals on the same side. So he could be in trouble if he loses that part of the map.
Another thing that is very important in a map like this, you can make, I mean, the transition to Imp with 600 foot or 660 that it is, it can be solid here. And I don't know, but I don't think that it's interesting for Daniel. He's going for a safe boom game. I think he needs to make the games messy, because you have seen, and I don't know if also the viewers agree, that when you put ACCM in those messy games, he's not playing properly. He's not playing like when the game is going smooth and let's say standard.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it could be nerves as
Chaos.
well. So it could very well be nerves because
create chaos. You need to create chaos in this situation.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to double check, but I think I'm right about that. That ACCM is seed number 1 in the qualifiers, and even if if we say he might not be the strongest player in there, let's say he's top 5 or top 8 seed, that's guaranteed. Whereas Daniel is seed 16. So if you just look at this matchup, you would say ACCM 4-1, let's say. And here we are 3-3 with a chance for Daniel to pull an upset and potentially get into the Hidden Cup main event himself.
Well, but honestly, I mean, I love ACCM. I made the interviews for the Red Bull. I love it. He's not number 1 seed. Not for me.
It's a tough one.
I don't know how it was the seeding, but no, I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, it's not number 1. I mean, for me, it's not the number 1 out of all the players there. Seriously, like he's not number 1. Like there's much more players for me that has better level than him, even in the qualifiers. Honestly, I can tell on several players right now. So I don't think this series was going to be one-sided. I can't expect it a close series here.
Honestly, I didn't. I actually went for something like 4-1 for
Really?
ACCM with my prediction.
Okay. Well, for me, Bhakti will be always the best Vietnam player, but honestly, I really think that Viles is better player than the ACCM. He has proved in so many tournaments that he's super solid, for example.
That's gonna be Spear and Skirm. So we will be having
He's going crazy in games.
No, it's actually gonna be 4 with range archers. Actually, it's No, it's men at arms. It seems like Daniel is really obsessed with men at arms because I think in every game, with the exception of the Islands game, he opened men at arms every single game. So maybe, he was like, okay, I'm gonna prepare for Hidden Cup. So he just opened up the build order tutorials and he was like, okay, now we're going to practice men at arms build order 100 times.
Yeah. Anyway, people say, oh, Viles, but for example, Viles, they play a series against LAN, and LAN played yesterday. I mean, I will remember that gold rush for quite a long time. Anyway, we need to focus in the decided game, because the good thing is that the series has been really fun, entertaining for sure, and let's be honest, since this is some custom maps, and it's not the standard Arabia games, right, Lidakor, the difference between the players seems to be closer, because we're used to see most of the time in the matchmaking the similar stuff, but in these ones we're watching completely different things, like some mixed settings that players are probably not really used to play, and they are not ready for this kind of settings as much as Arabia, for example.
Yeah, now here's the problem that Daniel's facing. He's gonna have a tower rush going on for him, but he is only gonna have 1 tower because he's not on stone. And he's actually tower rushing his opponent's stone mine over here. But Daniel...
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, he's 1 minute away and he would have no stone. So it's fantastic. Yeah,
but ACCM is gonna have 2 turn towers to counter tower that. So that's my problem, that he can still probably get a tower up himself. All side was basically made out of cardboard here in Dark Age. So
he has no stone. I mean, this is big credit for Daniel. Decided the game, and look at the game. He tried to do it. That's insane. Now he's sending 2 villages. ACCM has 2 villages away because he's trying to find a stone. Trying to find a stone with those 2 villages because he wants to have a stone, like you said, because he's gonna have 1 tower, but that's it. And he's gonna get the inside probably. He has no loom. This is absolutely, well, a little bit of panic, but
it's
him
panic
to make an archery range with Teutons. It's panic for sure. Oh my god.
That's a lot of panic, especially because he's looking for stone with the villagers, but he wasn't using his scout. And now the men-at-arms are in.
Look at the walls.
Oh my goodness. Daniel, could he pull the upset here?
Well, he lost the scout. He shouldn't lose the scout. He's too greedy. He's a little bit too greedy. He has to be careful. Teutons is still very strong to defend. Yes, but look at ACCM. He's gonna mine this stone from ACCM, from Daniel. I don't know what even I'm talking. Look at where he's mining stone. This is crazy. This is crazy. And if he's doing one spear, if Daniel is just doing one spear, he's gonna see that the stone. He need to see that the stone, Mr.
Yeah,
Corrella.
he will eventually see it because once he sees the next tower coming up, he'll realize what's going on. I love that he walled in his tower. That's actually a very, very nice move from him. And ACCM's tower is not in the range of Daniel's tower, so he can't take it down. It's just about... You see, he still is unable to access the stone. And I think skirmisher defense is already something that is a very, very good sign for a Byzantine player when you're fighting against Teutons.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Sending all the villages. One village is down. The Minotaurs are doing the damage. He needs to delete that tower probably because he's sending more villages, but the panic is real. Look at this. Daniel, 2 villages ahead. 2 villages ahead already doing the damage. He's now going to block. You don't want to be a stubborn, Daniel. Go away. Go away. Escape from there. And don't lose units. Gonna lose another village down. And this is looking amazing for Daniel, even if the score say the opposite. But we all know how good is the score in Definitive Edition.
Daniel sees the villagers on the stone because do you know why Byzantines have one of the most unknown upgrades? Free Town Watch.
LOS.
The free, is it the free Town Watch or just extra line of sight? I don't even remember, but it doesn't matter.
No, the free Town Watch.
That is why he sees those villagers on the stone, and he's preparing men-at-arms to kill them. He wouldn't have seen those with other civilization. That is just for the free men-at-arms or the free line of sight upgrade for Byzantines. And indeed, it's 2 villagers lead down for Daniel, but that's gonna be soon more. And he's sending back 2 archers as well.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Put aggressive those. Anyway, that tower he's doing, Daniel, there is not a tower that I really like it because it doesn't achieve anything. But he need to go and make a tower behind that gate. He will be in the range of the goal, and now he need to make the blacksmith and fletching. Still, he's doing a lot of skirmishes, but in a skirmish battle with Teutons, you're not gonna win to the Byzantines.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the food eco is much, much better for ACCM here, as he's losing another villager. It's 4 villagers killed already, but Daniel doesn't have an amazing food eco, and ACCM does. So...
Well, still, the game is, in my opinion, in the position that is good, interesting for a Byzantine player. Seriously, because the transition to Castle with 6 villages more... 6 villages more is huge, it's a lot. He's missing double attacks. It's happening a lot to Daniel, missing the economy average into these cities. Come on, man. Double attacks, you need to do it. Damn. So important, those upgrades. But hey, and now he needs to wall that other tower is there because he's mining gold close to his base. And yeah, well, let's see. He's balancing his economy a lot with the market.
Yeah, but he's still far.
As well.
He's still kind of far from Castle Age, and I think ACCM is about to click up. And the thing is that you can't just go for a monk and siege push here, because you can't convert Teuton knights very, very easily. So you have to go for a pike and siege push if you want to continue this. That could be a possibility, as Castle Age will be pretty close for both, but in fact, not that close. Daniel's falling behind in Castle Age time really badly here.
I think he's fine. At least that he's going to come really aggressive, super aggressive. That I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. He's 7 villages ahead. He's not going to come with the skirmishes and gonna clean that because those skirmishes got fletching as well. So he will have to move, and now he will just need to balance a little bit. I feel bad that he didn't make the double attacks because those upgrades are really important. And let's see what he's going to do. Also, he has 2 towers in front. Do you think he's gonna send villages forward and make siege? I'm not sure if he's gonna do that because. Yeah, the economy from ACCM, well, Teutons is so good, Sid, but Castellets is coming from Byzantines. And Byzantines, really great defensive civilization as well.
Yeah, they're really strong at that. And you have to keep in mind, as I said, that ACCM isn't really able to access stone, which means that he needs to buy stone to get TCs, and he lost a villager on the stone mine just now. So, he tried gathering stone, but that didn't work out either. Another villager goes down.
let's see what Daniel is going to do now, because if he's coming double stable and he can see it, that's why the scout is need to find it. Just full pies maybe with Byzantines, super cheap, and well, it's the way to go, because camels. I'm not a fan of of camels.
Camels wouldn't work here because Teutons will just convert them. So I feel like I wouldn't be surprised to see ACCM mixing in a monastery soon. But that's the forward siege workshop for ACCM, and Daniel seems like he actually wants to play with camels. But in that case, he needs a monastery. But even then, against Teutons, that's gonna be rough.
He's doing a tower on that gold forward, which I don't like that he's using the stone there, with he has only one on a stone. I really don't like it. He's gonna go second stable. It's true that you can spam camels with Byzantines, but I will have go for really double barrack. I don't know if you agree with that, but it's true that he got few skirmishers, and the knights also got the armor, extra armor from Teutons. Siege is coming, monastery. I don't know. It's crazy how these Teuton ships, even with 7 villages behind, because he's 7 villages behind, is in a position that he can still dominate. But the camels, they are so cheap, and a monastery too. This is gonna be beautiful to watch. It is already beautiful to watch.
Yeah, indeed. The first few camels. Now those Teuton knights actually have already 4 melee armor because, well, they are Teutons. As there's a ram coming in as well. The monastery is up. And even a third stable from Daniel. So he's gonna go for triple stable camels over here. And he could overrun the opponent pretty easily here, because there isn't really going to be a lot of monks. Just like Berbers can overrun you with cavalry, Byzantines could do that as well.
Yeah. Finally, double attacks. There's so many camels. Those camels got what upgrades. +1/+1 actually is good. No bloodlines because they don't have bloodlines, but the camels are coming, and the camels are going to be there. There's so many camels, as you say. Look at this. He need to go back immediately. Yeah, the ram is gonna get there, but there's a monk already. He don't need to attack. And honestly, if I was Daniel, I would just make a second TC, and he should be fine with the Byzantines. Now he's coming. He has to be careful with the monks. Don't get converted, and he get converted. That's what you need to avoid. And the monks from Byzantines, as you say, is not going to be as effective because of the Teutons bonus, but those skirmishes are there trying to work as a shield and kill the monk. Not going to happen. There's another monk. No, it's only one, but those are not enough camels to deal with the knights, in my opinion.
Yeah, that feels a little too low, especially with the monks scoring. Daniel's gonna commit to this.
Battle.
Scout.
He's sending one scout. I like it. He's gonna, but take the monk with the scout. What are you doing? Oh my God! Seriously, those knights are crazy strong. He took the monk. Now the camels, he's still spamming. They are so cheap. Who is taking this battle? The Teutons is taking the battle. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and it just like, oh, finally a conversion.
Oh, he converted. Oof. Well, that was very, very important, because now he can, with the camels and the knights, go there. There's no monks, so he can go, and husbandry will be great. Look at the resources for both with 600 wood, because they are not able to manage to do anything. And 10 archers on that archery range, 10 archers that could have helped, well, quite a lot, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Crossbows,
I think Daniel's waiting to unpop them as crossbows, as the knights break into the gold mine, and that means that now Daniel's gonna lose his 4 Voyagers. But he's going to be 2 TCs just like ACCM. But at that point, I'm starting to like Teutons more and more, especially with the 3rd TC coming in for ACCM.
Well, I don't know. I mean, look at the amount of camels he has, because he's so cheap. Those camels, 25%, he should wall a little. Like, look at the monastery and the stable. If he's running also inside with the knights, he can raid the wood. But he has another TC coming with the camels. I don't know what he's going to do. He got 10 archers. What is he planning to do with those archers? He need to raid. He need to use it. I don't know. He's going back with the camels as well. He's going back with those camels.
Yeah, I think he wants to clear up those knights and then potentially unleash the crossbows. The problem is that there is good defensive towers from ACCM to stop that. And if Daniel doesn't start becoming more aggressive, he will just fall behind Nico, because it's a free TC boom now for ACCM and he's taking over. And Teutons are just so good at booming.
Well, let's see what they are going to do. Both got the same average. Well, wheelbarrow as well for Teutons. Wheelbarrow, the archers are not crossbows. Sending few camels. Those 4 camels are going to be enough. Maybe they will. That's why he's going. He wants to take those knights. Yeah. And now he will kill the ram. Go and kill the ram. Oh, it's taking the knights. I like that. Taking the knights here. Killing them. Nice. Didn't even notice. Go and now kill the ram. And at home, he's coming, but he's gonna defend properly. He's going to defend properly. He got a lot of camels. Also a few monks. Byzantine is amazing civilization to defend. Let's see if he's gonna do the job. He's converting also. He needs to kill those. Villis in the TC will have a lot to take the knights. But those ACCM conversions and Teutons is insane. And Daniel, it's gonna be dreaming with these cities because he got a huge opportunity to be there, but now it's so complicated. Those crazy Teutons bonus is insane. More camels, 3 stables, but unable to hold this push.
Yeah, at this point, like, the conversion resistance is just so brutal. And now we can actually think about the Islands game, where Daniel was not so far away from winning. And currently, it seems like, even though it's not completely over, but ACCM has a 15 villagers lead. He's pushing Daniel's base. And now that there is pikemen coming in too as well from ACCM.
The archers! Bring the archers! I mean, he got 10 archers there. Make the crossbow upgrade, send the archers somewhere. Why he did 10 archers? I don't get it. Okay, now the mangonel. Let's see if he's gonna be able to hold with that mangonel. No, because the knights are coming. And he has no more monks anymore. Well, he has one, but Teutons, man, I mean, some civilization. This Teutons is, even against Byzantines, and he was doing a good. Oh my God, he's losing all the monks. 4 monks against the TC. 4 monks against the TC. Seriously, Lidakor, he loses everything now. Look at the ACCM losing all. And the mangonel now. What the hell was that attack?
I don't know, but suddenly ACCM's future, or ACCM's future, is actually looking way worse than it actually seemed to look like. Now, he's actually switching into pikemen now.
The archers! Look if he sent the archers. Sorry that I interrupt you. Look at the many villages. He got 10 archers there. Kill all the villages, please. Please, Daniel, use the archers now. Oh my God. But use the archers. Now he's going to take the tower. Just kill all the villages. If he's doing that, he's gonna take a lot of villages. This is crazy. Seriously.
Yeah, he's waiting for a crossbow and upgrade to pop, but if that pops, then that's gonna be a lot of villagers killed. There is still a massive eco deficit, and probably ACCM is like, what is this? Where did those guys come from?
Look at those. Oh my God. Now taking 10 villages down. There you go. Well, Bodkinaro now. Taking so many. It's still a huge lead in the village number. But he's taking a lot on the stone as well. What the hell is going on here?
Look at those DCs from Daniel. He's like fully playing Nomad here. I think he needs a defensive castle. If he actually gets a defensive castle, this could definitely be a possibility to somehow hold.
Yeah.
Or he needs the crossbows back at home. I mean, that's the other problem.
But he can raid all the farmers. I mean, with those crossbows, he got nothing to defend. He can raid a lot. Look at those crossbows in all the farming, and then ACCM not reacting even. Now, Bill is on the TC. So many camels, the pikes will die. And, well, what about one tower also? Those towers are great to just make tower to defend. I don't know. This is a mess. And all the villages for ACCM going down. Look at the village count. It was 30 few seconds ago. Now he's 15. He's losing all the villages with the crossbows. This is hilarious. How this game, I mean, they want to really be in the main event because both seem to want to lose. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Like, this is definitely one way to close the day. And looking back, like, I just felt like I just woke up and we spent 11 hours casting competitive Age of Empires. And this game is not over yet.
Yeah, but there is one big problem. Daniel exploration. I mean, why he's not going to the right side? Look at the right side where the goal is. He's 0 villages on goal. And Daniel, he's not sending villages to that goal on the right side. He could take it. He could also take relics as well. He's not reacting now with the monks. He's losing now all the crossbows. I think Daniel had a total matchup here. But I insist in the pike approach with full fire with Byzantines.
Yeah, you have to play pikes because
Seriously.
now it seems like he's getting overrun. And remember what I said at the beginning of the game, that all the gold spawn on the right of Daniel. So if he loses that part of the base, or that part of the map, he's gonna be dead. And I think sort of fighting as knights with villagers is already a sign of a white flag. What a thriller at the end. And it seems like if ACCM is getting into the main event, we can safely say that he escaped Daniel here, because this was very, very close for the ACCM. Closer than how it should have been.
Yeah, but I insist, they do both a lot of sloppy moves just to be nicer than it was before, you know? Because in this situation, with the pikes with Byzantines, you don't need gold, Lidakor. So you spam pikes, you don't need gold. You can use all your gold in monks, Mangonel Siege, whatever. I mean, if the camels are cheaper, now he's moving all the villages back, but he's 35 villages behind, but this is over now. Well, still crossbows there, and trying to deny that castle. And they denied that castle, but...
ACCM's eco isn't great either, but at the end of the day, I feel like ACCM now has a big enough lead to be able to edge this out. I mean, it's 38 villagers, and I think that we haven't seen 100% ACCM today. Like, today's ACCM was sloppier than usual, but this was an interesting series. Some games were very clean from Daniel, some games were sloppier, and it's crazy.
And consistent. I mean, a consistent gameplay. This is why these players can win to anyone, but they can also lose to anyone as well, sometimes. Because depending on the day they get, their performance is not consistent, and this is GG well played. GG well played by Daniel, and ACCM did it in the last second. Good luck in the tournament. But honestly, I think Daniel has thrown during this series 2-3 games. And this one, this is not a complete throw, but he could have done much better. But that island game, I don't know, man. I think, well, that was a tough series for sure. Very fun and interesting to see. But, well, ACCM did in the last second with a 4-3. And now everyone can breathe. Yes, everyone can breathe. 4-3 series. And Lidakor, thank you, man, for being with me all the time. And we'll see you tomorrow, right, Lidakor? We'll see you tomorrow, man. Well, let's analyze the statistics first. Military, 27 Laris, Army, 31. Unit kills, unit loss, economy. Look at the food for ACCM, 5,000 more. Wood similar and a lot more gold. And this was almost 40 villages more. A mess series. Thumb up always on YouTube, guys, when you watch it. And, well, congratulations to ACCM, definitely.
One thing I want to highlight here, though, that's actually a very, very fun stat line. It actually ended up being ACCM Daniel, ACCM Daniel, ACCM Daniel, and ACCM. That was the order of the winners. So it was completely alternating. It was always Daniel never had a lead in this series. He was always just equaling out the series. But still, amazing performance from Daniel, I think, because not a lot of people expected this one to be this close. But indeed, ACCM goes into the main event.